Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Lost Ox Media. I'd like to thank you on joining me for yet another week of debauchery, where we make you take a second look at what you just watched. Ooh, yes. That beat, smooth like butter, baby. Yes, all right, let's see. Who do we have on the docket for today, baby? We got Ethan Klein and the cast of the H3 show, crew, cast, whatever you want to call it, eating a bunch of nasty shit for their annual You Laugh, You Eat contest, right? This is all very new to me. This is my first year of H3. So, you know, this is a new one to me. I don't know. They do this every year. They make this disgusting stuff and basically give each other, you know, gastro problems and shit like that with all the crazy shit that they put in the food or something, I guess, right? Once again, as somebody who's new to the show, I feel like this is all just another excuse for Ethan to eat on air no matter what the food is. That may just be me, though. May just be me, okay? Then we're going to get into this Hawk Atui. You guys remember this Hawk Tui, right? We haven't talked about her in a while. Her podcast, the Talk Tui podcast, right? She ended up having Mark Cuban on this past week. I thought this was interesting because if you pay attention to this Haley Welch chick, right? Now that Jake Paul has gotten his paws on her, you know, because him and his company, they're the ones who produce her podcast, right? Let's not forget that. Now that this team has gotten their paws on her, she's been doing a lot of sus promotions for a lot of different shit. Cryptocurrencies being one of them. Anytime you see these creators starting to dip into crypto, you know there's an issue there. And then we're going to end the episode on good old Senior Tony Hinchcliffe.
Sometimes I don't know how fucking cringy and ridiculous I sound.
Yes, you don't, Tony. Originally, I was going to cover an episode of Kill Tony where Rick Glassman and Jeff Dye were on there because Rick Glassman and Tony fucking hate each other. But then Tony dropped something very special for us last night. He dropped a new comedy special on X, which I found to be very interesting. So, you know, it's very crazy stuff because Tony's, you know, supposed to be like one of these new golden boys of Hollywood, right? If you're so hot on the block, if your stand-up's so goddamn good, why are you dropping comedy specials on X, buddy? You know, that says a lot because everybody loves and knows Tony from his show Kill Tony. How often you hear people talk about Tony's stand-up? Not very often, huh? So, you know, this is going to be a very interesting one. Wait until you guys see how fucking bad this guy's stand-up is. I promise you it's gonna make your night. Okay? So, let's turn down this music and we're going to start to put on some music for the What's Eating Ethan Klein segment. Yes, we're going to start this episode on the What's Eating Ethan Klein segment. We got a couple good time codes to talk about with that one. So if you remember, I just got done talking about they're doing their little like Friendsgiving, You Laugh, You Eat. Everybody's bringing like the nastiest, most diabolical dishes that they possibly can to the table. You even snicker at one of these goddamn videos that people are going to show you, and believe me, you're going to be eating some of the craziest, wildest shit that you could possibly imagine. Like, so I, once again, find this to be an excuse almost for Ethan to eat on air. Doesn't matter how disgusting the food is, you know? Every other episode, this guy's like yelling over at Lena. Lena, have you ordered the double cheeseburgers yet? Lena, are we doing boba tea today? What's the ETA on the pizza from Domino's? Every chance this guy gets, he wants to chomp on air, right? I kind of feel like this episode's no different. Why does every single bit have to revolve around food? You know, it's kind of crazy to me. So I'm not gonna hold you too much longer on these time codes. Like I said, you laugh, you eat. The dishes are diabolical. I don't know if they do this every single year. You know, like I said, it's my first year of watching H3. It's kind of funny how even in my first year of watching the show, I could still pick up on how shitty of a person Ethan is, right? Kind of wild. That's for a different video. let's check this. This is going to be the first dish. This is Ethan, what Ethan's bringing to the table. Let's check out his diabolical dish.
I was assigned turkey. AB, what's wrong?
Uh-oh. Baby's already puked.
Already?
I'm good.
You need the trash can.
Worst day of the year.
Look, I'm sorry. Right away, we got to stop it. AB, look at AB. AB's about to fucking like lose his goddamn mind over this shit. So Ethan's assigned turkey, right? Remember, the big catch here is that the food is diabolical. You don't want to eat the food. This is basically you laugh, you lose, but with like fucked up food in mind, right? So Ethan, he got assigned turkey. Now let's look. AB can't even handle the turkey. Look at this shit. And Ethan tries to play it like so innocent. I was assigned turkey, guys. It's just a little innocent turkey dish. AB is about to lose his fucking lunch. He can't even stand the smell of it. What's in there? Let's find out.
I was assigned turkey. AB, what's wrong?
Uh-oh. Baby's already puked.
Already?
I'm good.
You need the trash can.
Worst day of the year.
What's wrong?
I smelled it.
Oh.
What's wrong?
It smells like garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what? Back that up real fast. What was, look at this shit.
What's wrong?
I smelled it.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Holy shit. Look at this bullshit.
It smells like garlic.
Yo, this guy brings like, this turkey looks like it was something that got dug up on like a site at like a Mayan pyramid or some shit. These slices of turkey look like fucking relics. This shit looks so goddamn old. Now there's a reason why. It's because of all the shit that he put on it. Wait until you hear what he ended up doing with this goddamn turkey. Remember, this is diabolical dish number 1. Okay? Check this shit out.
Garlic.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty foul. It is foul, to be honest. So my job was to do turkey. So I made a little innovative cuisine here. Turkey lasagna. And theoretically, like...
This is insane. Turkey lasagna. Dude, it doesn't even look like slices of turkey. This looks like when you take like slices of like provolone cheese and put it in like the oven. And you know how like the white cheese, it kind of like gets like an off-white color. And then it starts to get those like little brown burnt spots on the top, right? This almost looks like that. It looks like he took like a bunch of slices of like some sort of white cheese derivative and melted it in a pan. But this is supposed to be turkey lasagna. Wait until you... I mean, and this, as crazy as this is going to sound to you, this ain't even the worst fucking dish. Wait until you hear the other ones. This is just Ethan's.
It's ridiculous.
Theoretically, these ingredients should work together. It's turkey, it's garlic, it's soy sauce.
Oh, wow.
Turkey, garlic, soy. Look at the seriousness on his face. He's like, well, I mean, what's the big deal? AB, why does it smell like so bad to you? I would eat this at home on like a random Tuesday. You know what I mean? This guy is fucking crazy. Like, and I'm telling you, him and you're going to see later, Zach. Those two, actually, I lied. The 3 of them, Ethan, Zach, and Love, they're like garbage disposal. These guys will eat fucking anything. So like right now, he's like, I don't know, this really doesn't seem that diabolical. I just pulled these ingredients out of like the back of the fridge. I couldn't even find stuff that was that bad.
Actually sounds good.
Like those are all savory, nice ingredients. There's no trickery. So I think I think it probably some people might enjoy it.
That sounds delightful.
I just don't like that it's turkey slices. I don't know. It makes it gross for me.
Well, turkey's turkey, my friend.
Dude, okay, so here's the thing. It ain't turkey, soy sauce, garlic, right? That doesn't sound terrible at its core. It's not that the ingredients. It's the fact that it's coming from a fucking slob like you, and it looks like this. Like, this is insane. You bring that shit to a starving homeless person, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Like, this is not what the crew signed up for here, buddy. So, now, that's gonna be the first dish, right? And then they're gonna watch the first set of videos. Anybody besides Ethan laughs, they gotta eat that shit. But now, if nobody laughs, now Ethan has to eat it. That's their rules, right? So the person who brings the dish has to make everybody else laugh. If nobody laughs, the person who brought the dish has to eat the dish. right? So we're not going to dive into every single person's clips of what they chose to try to make everybody laugh, but I wanted to show Ethan's submissions because he has 3 that came from Miss Hila Klein, right? So basically, Ethan's like a puppet now. He's like doing proxy videos for Hila at home, right? And then one of them comes from him. The reason why I wanted to touch base on Hila's video submissions is because Hila and the crew, they're always talking about anti-Semitism. How everybody's always making fun of Jews. You know, everybody hates Jews online. You know, so when they talk about this stuff, this anti-Semitism rants that they have, right? You would think in their minds that they would go like, okay, we're so hard pressed on the amount of anti-Semitism that we're seeing online and our concerns for it. We do not want to do anything to push that anti-Semitism further along, right? We don't want to like start adding drops of water to the bucket, despite them maybe being tiny little droplets, eventually they'll add up to something and that bucket might spill over, right? So you would think like, okay, let's not do anything to like perpetuate this anti-Semitism. Let's not do anything to like make fun of Jews more. Let's not do anything to like make them seem like bad people or kind of weird to everybody in society. You would think that. Wrong. Okay? That's like pretty much exactly what they do. The first submission from Hila is this.
Commentary. So these first 3 come from Hila. The last one comes from me. So here is this. The first one. We've been talking a lot about Jews.
We've been talking a lot about what? Talking a lot about what? I never even noticed. You guys noticed they've been talking about Jews a lot lately? I had no idea.
Recently. And sometimes when like on Friday when the sun's going down, you gotta haul ass, right? So here's what I believe is happening. Like a cave.
Look at that. Jewish Batman. You know what I mean? Now, this was something I thought was kind of weird. That's not like the craziest Jew video, right? But like I said, they're basically like saying it's basically like Hila going like, isn't it crazy how like weird this fucking Jew looks on that fucking jet ski? That's basically what she's going. She goes, this shit's not normal, right? Like, so like you kind of playing into the same shit that you guys have been like bitching about this whole entire time, right? Like that's because if that was a regular person on a jet ski, would you have submitted that video? If that was like a black guy on a jet ski, would you have submitted that video? If it was like a Puerto Rican guy on a jet ski, would you have submitted that video? Probably not, right? That's not going to make a bunch of people laugh. You get a Jew on a jet ski, that's going to turn some heads, right? So now this is like Hila's kind of like doing this whole thing like, Ethan, let's like play into it. Let's like, maybe we can make anti-Semitism stop by like being anti-Semitic, Like maybe the people will see like, oh, it doesn't even faze them when they make fun of us for being Jewish. So maybe they'll stop. This is kind of like Hila's thing. It's kind of like how, we're going to talk about Tony later, right?
Sometimes I don't know how fucking cringy and ridiculous I sound.
It's kind of like how Tony tries to like lean into like people making fun of him for being gay, right? So this is kind of like what Hila's doing now here. Also, I wanted to touch on this whole thing that Ethan talks about. I don't know jack shit about Jews, right? What is this? He says like on Friday when the sun's going down, you gotta haul ass. What is that? Like Jews turn into like vampires on Friday night? Like or something like that? Like is it they're like reverse vampires? Like if the sun goes down and they're still outside, do they like turn into ash? You know what I mean? Like what's behind that? I sincerely don't understand like what he meant by that. It's like strictly out of ignorance, but it's like not the ignorance like I don't hate Jews, I just don't know, that's what the word ignorant means. It just means you don't know, right? So it's like, well, it's kind of like, yeah, there's levels to the word ignorance. You understand what I'm saying? What does that mean? Somebody in the chat Tell me what it means on Friday. Why do Jews got to rush home before the sun goes down? Please explain this to me. But let's go. Look at Gila. This is Gila's submission. This is kind of crazy.
Recently, and sometimes when on Friday when the sun's going down, you got to haul ass, right? So here's what I believe is happening. Like a cape.
Look at the cape. Yeah. Ethan's spot on. It's like a cape. You know what I mean? So, once again, I just thought that was funny. Let's give it up for Gila and her fight for anti-Semitism online. Yes, indeedy. This is kind of like one of those things. Gila's videos don't make anyone on the crew laugh. It's like she doesn't know how to fucking read the room. Because all 3 of her videos were all about Jewish people. I'm not even kidding. It was like a Jew on a jet ski. Another one was like a couple Jews dancing. You know what I mean? You playing into this shit that people are talking about online. People already think Jews are a little weird. So you put some videos like that, you kind of almost validating the little stereotypes that they have on them, So that's why I wanted to touch on these. Ethan's video made everybody laugh. Ethan's kind of got a knack for this kind of thing, especially when it comes to the crew's taste on what's going to make them laugh. I mean, let's be honest. He's been doing it for years. Every single person that's hired was a fan of the show. You know what I mean? So they all are. Ethan knows what's going to make these guys, go off. So they end up having to eat the turkey. You remember the turkey? Now let's check this out.
But thank you guys for enjoying that. I appreciate it.
Should we cut it? Or we just grab it?
Well, hold on.
Explain your dish, please.
Well, hold on. Let me.
Oh,
You want a bite?
You got to cut it like lasagna, man.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a lasagna. He's grabbing. Here's a little.
So look, everybody's starting to get annoyed. Love is. Remember, I told you, Love, Ethan, and Zach. They're like garbage disposals. You know what I mean? Ethan, this episode, he does a good job of not laughing, so he's not doing a whole lot of eating. Zach and Love, they're eating I'm telling you, and every single dish is fucking more diabolical than the next. Every single time they eat, they're it's not even that bad. They legitimately are I'd eat this. If I was at home and this was I would eat this. It's kind of fucking nuts. But you hear them, Ethan had brought turkey lasagna, right? The slices of turkey, some layers of garlic and soy sauce in there. It's supposed to be lasagna. When you eat lasagna, you don't just start grabbing the top fucking plates of pasta off the lasagna and start digging into it. Love is he can't wait to get his fucking hands on this goddamn turkey lasagna. So the guys at the table are whoa, what are you doing? He starts just picking up slices of turkey with his fork and fucking slopping it all over. They're dude, you gotta cut this as if it's a fucking thing of lasagna. You're going nuts here. Watch, you'll see. Pay attention. Right at the bottom of the screen, you'll see Love just start fucking digging his fork in there, start trying to go at this shit.
Fuck.
But thank you guys for enjoying that. I appreciate it.
Should we cut it? Or we just grab it?
Well, hold on.
Explain your dish, please.
Well, hold on. Let me.
Oh,
You want a bite?
You got to cut it like lasagna, man.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a lasagna. He's
See, even Ethan's bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What the fuck is it? If Ethan's sitting there, because Ethan's the one usually ruining all the bits for everybody else. So if Ethan's bro, calm the fuck down, dude. It's a problem. Love can't wait to get his hands on this turkey lasagna.
grabbing. Here's a little knife.
Yeah.
A little knife.
What is this? Prison?
I can do it.
Ooh, I didn't even notice that before. Listen to Olivia in the background. Listen real close. She goes, "What is this, prison?" I'm not going to lie. That's pretty goddamn good. Listen to her real close. You have to pay attention. She says that shit. I'm not going to lie. That was kind of good.
Oh,
You want a bite?
You got to cut it like lasagna, man.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a lasagna. He's grabbing. Here's a little knife.
Yeah.
A little knife.
What is this? Prison?
I can do it.
Look at that.
I think Danny's working.
I love that she said, "What is this, prison?" Real quiet. You had to really pay attention to that one. Look at Dan. Look at this fucking asshole. He always wants to make himself look like a fucking sailor from the movie The Lighthouse with fucking William Dafoe and that other cuck who played Batman. Every time you see this guy, he's in a rolled up condom scully cap.
Okay, CP.
The Leno fall came at a perfect time for this.
When he lifted
you.
his eye
Oh
patch
my-
and it
Oh,
went.
the whole
Of
chunk.
garlic and
All right, well, here.
that's fine. You don't have to eat all that.
No,
even. Just take-
I'm not
yeah.
gonna. Oh, this is raw. It's not cooked garlic.
Oh, look at that. It's fucking raw. Look. And this little fucking El Chapo, he's over here. He's just as shocked as Love. Love said, oh, it's raw. He looked up. He's like, it's raw. It's raw garlic. He was like, God damn, dude, what the fuck did you do this shit for? Eating like, so they're not happy that they got to eat this shit, right? Now, Love is like, he, like I said, couldn't wait to get his fucking hands in on that shit, right? You end up finding out that this guy like laughed on purpose or some shit just because he wanted to try the food. This is going to be like a common theme for Love throughout this whole thing. He's just going to be trying to vacuum seal up every single plate that comes on that goddamn table.
Horrific, like AB. Who's
Yeah, it's just
at his
AB.
hand, his eyes closed. And then some of you, incidentally, you guys, the ones that laughed, are the ones I thought might be able to endure.
Sure.
But it is.
It's just,
I mean,
it's just
disgusting.
salty.
You know, to be honest, I wanted to laugh because I didn't think I would mind this too much. So I was like,
You wanted to laugh.
win-win.
Bro's like,
Yeah.
fuck
You were interested in trying it.
Are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You were interested in trying it. You okay, so Ethan plays like this fucking mediocre goddamn video. Love is sitting over there. You know what I mean? What? Because you want to try some goddamn turkey, soy sauce, and raw garlic. Okay, this is like that European shit where the Love is like, I mean, in my country, we don't let anything go to waste over there, you know? Every time I eat it all. I eat everything over there. You know what I mean? Like, this guy, you got to learn to let some of the shit go. You know what I mean? In America, we throwing out tons of food by the year. Why? Because some of it's nasty, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, sometimes you got to waste food, my friend. Like, this bit, not a bad bit, but you can't be chomping at the fucking, you know, at the moment to, like, start getting your hands on the goddamn dish. It's like the nastiest food you've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that shit. Now, watch. Here's one. Good old Ethan always knows how to come in clutch. A little bit of a theme this year with Ethan, at least I've noticed, has been like shitting on AB like extra hard. Like, we all know he's been shitting on AB, you know, over the years. AB is kind of like this like little Stockholm syndrome, like puppy dog for Ethan. You know, it's like no matter what Ethan does to him or anything that Ethan does in general, AB always has Ethan's back. It's like you want to feel bad for AB because he works for a schmuck like Ethan, but at some point you're like, I mean, the guy is practically doing it to himself. I mean, so it's like, are you going to feel bad for somebody that doesn't want to help themselves? I mean, what are we going to do here? Right? You would have to physically kidnap this guy to get him to work at a different fucking place. He's always going to be here. He did it with the H3 button incident. You remember we covered that. Ethan tried hitting the dump button, started giving AB the what for. Everyone heard it live on air. Ethan, for the past couple weeks, has been doing this whole crash out. Israel's the best, man. Palestine fucking sucks. Anti-Semitism. Everyone's a terrorist. He's doing all of this in front of AB, who happens to be Middle Eastern, who happens to be very pro-Palestine. AB has to sit there and swallow all that shit, right? Okay. So you see a kind of a pattern happening here, right? This episode is kind of no different. AB tries to bring up this video. Ethan starts like giving him a shit ton of stuff. Or like he starts digging into him for it. Watch this.
Please, guys.
Hold together.
I'm not eating this. I'll tell you right now. I don't care.
And honestly, I made this one a little easy for you guys. You actually shouldn't laugh.
Oh,
Thank
and
you.
Then
You might get shit.
another classmate
Oh, this is a
died.
classic.
Javon described calling his dad during the shooting.
I was whispering
A
'cause I didn't want
shooting,
the shooter
AB?
to hear me and my classmates. And my dad was just asking me what's going on, what's happening.
Okay, so now AB, he brings a video of a news story that has to do with the school shooting. I'm not gonna lie, this is hilarious. Like right out the rip, this kid is sitting there, he's devastated. He goes, oh, these guys came in, they had AK-47s, they had the whole place cased, like all the doors were locked. I thought I saw like a hand grenade on one of their belts and so they start coming in, they're blasting all my friends and you know what I mean? I'm laughing my ass off. If I was in that challenge, I'd be eating whatever AB brought to dinner. I was dying, right? I was dying. The crew, they don't like this kind of shit. So they're all watching this video. They're like, what the fuck is happening here? There's a reason why AB brought this video up. Now, if you guys don't remember, this is like old school viral. This was like a video that came out when you went viral, it like actually meant something. Like nowadays, you go viral, it's like a fucking another Tuesday. You know what I mean? People go viral. The best that they get is like a couple hundred followers and like a couple thousand likes. You know what I mean? Nowadays, going viral don't mean shit. Back in the fucking, what was that guy's name? Like Kai, the hitchhiking, the axe-wielding hitchhiker or whatever. You went viral back in those days, your whole life fucking changed. You sitting there doing appearances on like Jimmy Kimmel and shit like that. You're getting a mansion and an agent the next week. Kind of like this Hawk Tui. Like she is like an example of like now you have to go like super ultra mega viral for your life to change nowadays. You get one video with 36 million views. That don't mean shit to nobody. Okay? This video is back from it's back from a time where like when you went viral, it meant something. So this video goes viral because the guy's dad is like trying not to laugh. You can see it. Like this guy's dad is like sitting there doing everything in his power not to break down in like the craziest laughing fit over his son talking about this goddamn school shooting. The crew, they don't see it that way.
Me and my classmates, and my dad was just asking me what's going on, what's happening. And then I told him it's a shooting. Somebody's here shooting up the school. And then he told me, he said, okay, I'm on my way.
Why your dad?
I'm so close to laughing.
Yes.
So now here's where this is where the magic happens, right? This fucking weirdo news reporter goes, why'd you call your dad? Is your dad like your superhero? Like, you know, even the kid hearing her ask a stupid ass fucking question like that, even the kid's trying not to laugh. Look at his fucking face. This kid right here, he just got done talking about his whole entire 7th grade class getting fucking massacred. She asked him a stupid ass fucking question. Is your dad your superhero? This kid is trying everything in his power not to laugh, right? Now his dad's about to step in. Watch. Look, his dad. His dad can't help it. But now, what do you do? What do you do, right, in this situation? If you are in that situation, right, your son just got done talking about how he's fucking devastated. All his friends just got Tommy gunned down like they were like they all owed mobsters money. They all just got gunned down like they owed fucking, you know, Tommy Two Tones. All of them got gunned down like they owed Tommy Two Tones money. God, that took me a while to get out. Holy shit. So he just got done talking about this, right? His dad's trying not to laugh. What do you do when you like accidentally let one out? He's got to like play this off now. So he puts his head in his fucking shirt. He starts pretending that he's crying, right? Watch.
It's a shooting. Somebody's here shooting up the school. And then he told me, he said, okay, I'm on my way.
Why your dad?
I'm so close to laughing.
Yes.
Look, he almost wants to laugh.
What is wrong with you, AB?
Yo, they all have to be like absolutely retarded to not understand what's happening here. This dad, like, if anything, give him an award for like the greatest last minute save. This guy, like, did a good job of like trying to save that on live on the news. You know what I mean? This guy was about to laugh his ass off. You hear Ethan, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, AB? Why would you play a video like that? The whole crew, they have no idea what the fuck is happening right now. Like, I don't know how this went over all of their heads. AB is the only one who gets this. I actually think Olivia understood it too.
What?
Man, that almost
Why don't
got me.
you show me like Columbine footage and
What's the joke, Evie?
That's what I want to know. Why was the dad laughing? Why was the dad laughing at that?
I saw
He wasn't laughing, he was crying.
No, he was laughing.
laughing.
He was
No.
laughing.
He was not.
You want to see the video?
Oh my god.
He was holding.
You hear Ethan how pissed he's getting? He goes, oh my God, nobody agrees with me? He goes, don't you guys understand? I'm the one who's always right in this mother. I pay everyone's goddamn paycheck. What are you talking? This guy is fucking crying his eyes out. You know, AB, what the fuck is wrong? Columbine footage. You know what I mean? This guy's losing his shit over this. Olivia's like, bro, he's fucking laughing. Dan's over here like, actually, Dan's like, oh, now I get it. You know what I mean? Dan and Love are like, now we get it. Now that AB explained it to us, now we understand. Ethan's over here about to lose his goddamn mind. Watch this again.
What?
Man, that almost
Why don't
got
you
me.
show me like Columbine footage and
What's the joke, EB?
That's what I want to
it was a
know. Why
challenge.
was the dad laughing? Why was the dad laughing at that?
I saw
wasn't laughing,
He
he
was
was
crying.
crying.
No, he was laughing.
laughing.
He was
No.
laughing.
He was not.
Yes,
You wanna
he
see
was.
the
I've
video?
seen this
Oh
clip
my
before.
God.
He was holding it in. He was literally
crying.
No, because you guys
He
talked.
didn't wanna burst out
His
laughing.
son called him his superhero.
Look, even the Mexican guy in the back, he goes, he didn't want to burst out laughing. Ethan's literally the only one who, like, it doesn't understand what's going on here. Everyone, like, yeah, they didn't laugh, and they asked about it, but now that AB is explaining it to him, they're all slowly starting to catch on. Ethan over here, look at this guy's face. Look at this fucking asshole. He's having a Tourette's fit right now. He's, like, staring at his wrist and doing the shit. He was, like, really honing in on that shit because he's, in his mind, he's also thinking about how he's going to make AB try to look like the biggest asshole in the room, right? Ethan's very good for this. Watch this shit.
Hero, and it made him laugh.
He's not laughing.
No.
He's crying. Are you
He's crying.
crazy?
He's 100% crying.
I agree with
his
you.
His child was almost.
Wait.
This is like a viral clip.
Hold on.
How the fucking, you can't be serious.
This video
Is the
is
father's love
viral
hilarious to you,
with the name that the father can't stop laughing at horror.
I don't care what it's called. That man is crying.
Listen to Ethan. I don't care what it's called. That man is look at his fucking face. Yo, I've been hot with the pause button lately. Look at how much he's like, he's staring into fucking AB's soul right now. AB sitting there explaining to him. He goes, this video went viral back in the day because of the dad was laughing. He goes, so you're trying to tell me all the hundreds of millions of people that have watched this video over the years, they're all wrong? That's what you're telling me right now, Ethan? Ethan's like, I don't give a shit what the situation is. He goes, I'm right. I'm internet royalty, goddammit. He's staring over at AB like he's about to fucking fuck his wife. You know what I mean? Like, what are you staring at this guy like this for? Listen to this.
That the father can't stop laughing at horror.
I don't care what it's called. That man is crying.
He's laughing.
That is insane.
I would
dude.
never show the video if it was
No,
just
but you're
a
wrong.
tragedy.
Why the fuck would he
opinion
laugh about
piece.
that? His child was almost killed in a
That's
school
the joke.
shooting.
That's the joke.
It's
The
not
joke
a joke. He's obviously crying.
Well-
Play it again.
Look, Ethan, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. But holy shit, is this what this episode's going to be like? This is what this shit's going to be like? You know, they ended up bringing it back around and it goes to like a lighter note. But I just wanted to bring that up because, like I said, Ethan's very good for making AB look like an asshole all the goddamn time. Like, legitimately losing his mind over this shit. So, let's get past that. Let's check out the next play. I believe this is like that Mexican guy's play. I don't know his fucking name. I think it's like Nathan or something like that. This is going to be Nathan's dish.
Thank you to moo.com.
All right, it's my turn. I got to make sweet potato casserole. I made it extra sweet.
Yum.
The top. I didn't have marshmallow.
What the fuck is that? Okay, this guy, a sweet potato casserole he made with Twizzlers, right? I'm telling you that they get more diabolical. It was like this guy, he had like Twizzlers in it. Let's let him explain, and then we'll move on to the next dish.
I used Twizzlers.
Wait, I've never seen that one.
And
Is that a real technique?
No.
Oh, I
that's
like
something
it.
I made up.
Look, Ethan goes, oh man, this actually looks pretty goddamn good. He goes, do people actually do this online? They use Twizzlers like that? He goes, I got so many Twizzlers at home. Actually, my pillow at home, all of the stuffing is Twizzlers. He's like, I sleep on Twizzlers. That's how many Twizzlers I have at home. He goes, I could make this. You know, like, he's legitimately asking him, like, whoa, people actually do this shit.
I love Twizzlers.
And then I boiled the yams with jelly beans, so it gets nice and sweet. Is it good? I don't know. I never made a casserole.
That sounds hella
And
good.
then I seasoned it like normal. There's egg, milk. That's how you're supposed to make it. Salt, and then some onion powder to add some seasoning.
Yeah.
And then I added chunks of jelly beans again inside.
Dude, that sounds delightful.
Is that really good?
I can't wait.
I never made casserole. Okay, I never.
Yo, I can't even.
I'd be a pedophile for 20 million.
That is crazy that they go. Oh, that all sounds delightful. Like, so these guys like, they like think like I thought they were supposed to be like evil dishes, man. Like they get, to me, these dishes are getting nastier and nastier. To the crew, they're getting like better. You know, like they went from Ethan's like turkey lasagna to like a sweet potato casserole with like. What was that, like Twizzler topping, and then he put like jelly beans inside it. He boiled the potatoes with jelly beans. Like all these people's houses must smell like shit. Okay? And this is what they're eating. You know what I mean? And you think that these, like I said, they get worse. Let's check out Zach's plate now. You know what I mean? Because if you could guess that sweet potato pie. Everyone's laughing. They're all laughing. They're fucking digging into that shit. Ethan's eating it like, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing. These guys loving the shit, right? They don't like it so much when they start seeing what Zach brought to the table. Look at this bullshit.
Gonna tell us what's in it? Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Tell us what's in it.
I think I see something swimming in there.
Oh.
What the fuck? Yo, this guy brought, I suspect that Zach didn't know what to bring. He like forgot about it or something. Then he like wakes up from like a night of like hard rocking. You know what I mean? He was playing like Guitar Hero all goddamn night. So he wakes up. He's like, you know what I mean? Still got like a ramen noodle like stuck to his cheek from the night before. He goes, oh shit, I gotta be at work in 10 minutes. I didn't make anything for the episode. So he just starts puking in a goddamn container. He goes, everyone's going to love this. And then this is what he brought to work. You know what I mean? After a hard night of Guitar Hero, he was up till like 4:30 in the morning playing Guitar Hero. He forgot to cook it, throws up in a container. This is what we get.
Is that
Dude, that does not look.
I don't smell anything.
Oh, you will.
What did you just puke in there?
That looks like straight up puke.
Cranberry sauce, teriyaki sauce, and sardines soaked in mustard. There it is.
That's fucked.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, fun.
That's what I figured, Love. That's what I figured. You know what I mean? Let's not pretend that Love doesn't want to fucking start drinking that shit down by the spoonful, okay? You know what I mean? Like, Love would slurp that shit down. If it was the only thing at the table and he was hungry, he'd eat it, okay? Trust me. He'd eat it. But I will give it to everybody at the table. They saw that. They were like, bro, none of us are laughing. Zach started, it was almost like Zach brought out videos that he like knew nobody was going to laugh at. You know, like think like Adult Swim, like, you know how like, or like the Nutter Butter TikTok, you know what I mean? Like everybody's been talking about how crazy the Nutter Butter TikTok is, right? Like picture like that, like videos like that, but they're like not funny. You know what I mean? Like it almost seemed like Zach did it on purpose so that he would have to eat his own food. Watch this.
I mean, I've listened to noise rock bands that sound pretty much just like that. Well, that's my time, folks.
That's very good.
Ooh.
Sorry, Zach.
Sorry, Zach.
Everyone. No.
No, Zach!
Look at that. Look, you seen? Oh. You seen how fast he went to do that? He didn't even like let it breathe for a second. As soon as he hit pause on the video, he went right. He said, "Oh, there's my time, folks." You know, he starts going in on it. Look at his face. It's like he wanted this to happen. Like I said, the videos that he chose were like bullshit. You know what I mean? Like it was like very suspicious. I like legitimately think that he like wanted to do this. Like he was like, I have to be the only one to eat this. You know, I'm gonna be the gross guy on the show.
That sound pretty much just like that. Well, that's my time, folks.
Look, grabs it right away. Grabs it right away.
Zach.
Starts going in.
No,
Zach!
He took a big old swig.
Oh my god!
You gonna swallow it? No.
and then he lets it sit in his mouth. Like he goes to like, and then instead of just swallowing, like just get it over with, man. He goes, no, I'm not gonna swallow. He's just like letting it sit in his mouth like a child. Like he's like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm not gonna swallow it. I gotta spit it out, bro. Swallow it. If you want to do the bit, commit to the bit and swallow this shit, man.
Oh, he's not gonna swallow that. He's gonna eject. Did you get fish in your mouth? Yeah, he did.
Oh god damn,
Thank
dude.
God.
Like bones too?
Holy
Is that
God,
sardines?
you are
Sardines?
fucking
You're
bad.
bad, bro. What the fuck?
That is
Sure. No,
bad.
I don't
You
think.
got that right, Ian?
Yeah, I mean,
Look, he did it all for the gram, you know. He did it all for the gram. He like legit. He finishes spitting all that into the trash can. He goes, Ian, you got that on the switchboard, right? Like you cut to the right camera, right? I want to make sure, cause if not, I'm gonna have to do it again. And that's exactly what he does. Ian doesn't answer this fucking asshole. Look at him. Watch what he does.
you got it.
Yeah, you want to do a second take?
Yeah, you want to do a second?
Oh, he does answer him.
Don't, bro. You spit it out.
I mean, nobody laughed. Swallow it. What is it? Mouthwash? Swallow it.
Look, even Ethan, this is like the first time I'm going to agree with Ethan. Ethan's like, dude, what is it, fucking mouthwash? Like, swallow this shit. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This guy. Like, and it gets worse. Like, these guys, I'm telling you, you got Love and Zach, they're going to be doing this whole garbage disposal shit. People start bringing, crazier shit to the table. And these guys are hamming the shit down like it's fucking Fruit Loops, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And here's what I thought was funny in this episode. You would think out of all people, right, that Olivia wouldn't be the one to, like, end up smashing the competition, so to speak. Dude, she fucking kills them. She starts playing videos. Everyone at the table's laughing. They're all busting guts. Like, I was laughing. I was at home eating my own diabolical, dishes. Like, every time they ate a dish, I ate a dish. That was crazy, I was stuffed by the time I finished with Olivia's videos, right? And so were they.
Are these clean?
Yeah,
This one's mine, so.
Dig in.
So beautiful. Look how smooth and creamy.
Those look good.
Ooh, smooth and creamy. So, Olivia, she brought like a old staple from the show. You know what I mean? Like, remember back in the day when that girl Sam worked on the show? You guys remember that girl Sam? You know what I mean? She was a pretty good one on the show. She was one that got out. She escaped. You know what I mean? She went to work on for, who's that? Cutie Patootie or something like that. She started working for these guys. But when they had done this in the past, Sam had brought like mashed potatoes with like mint extract or some shit, like, right? So Olivia, she wants to keep this joke alive. These guys can't wait to get their hands on this shit.
I
Why?
mean, it looks well cooked.
Tell me about your mashed potato process. How'd you prep it?
I mashed the potatoes.
You bought those, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
I got you.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
There are
All right.
extras in the fridge if you want.
Cheers, my dudes. Love you.
Hey, Lover's already fucking chowing, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is not
He
bad at all.
likes it.
Eat it.
Really?
Eat the whole thing.
Ooh.
I could genuinely like a meal.
God,
of this.
it's
What the fuck kind of... Look at this asshole, dude. Every time, dude, I'm telling you, the more I start watching shit of Love, the more I end up hating this fucking cock. Dude, every time he starts saying some stupid shit like this, and then he tries to have this like Kanye West face. He does this like Kanye West face. He goes, oh man, I could genuinely eat a meal of this. And then he goes, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, who are you trying? And then he'll be like, this shit busting, bro. Like, you're not an American, bro. Just stop stop trying to be like so American, bro. Just come. You are an American. If you became a citizen, you're an American. We're cool. We accept you, right? Just be yourself. You can be here and just be yourself. This guy is like what Europeans think Americans act like is like what Love tries to act like, right? You ever notice too? I've noticed this in the past like couple weeks, maybe couple months. Seems like Ethan's taken like an extra liking to Love lately. It seems like every other thing he's doing, he's like, Love, is that cool, man? Oh, Love, what would you do in this situation? Like, Love is like 17 years old, man. Like, You can't be taking advice from this guy. Like, I don't like how much Ethan is starting to treat this guy like he's moving up in the ranks, okay? It goes Dan, AB, Zach, okay? You need to start treating AB better. Now, look at fucking Love sitting here trying to do this whole Kanye face. He goes, I genuinely would eat, like, I would eat this. You know what I mean? Mashed potatoes with mint extract.
You want?
Cheers, my dudes. Love you.
Hey, Lover's already fucking chowing, bro.
He's already chowing?
Yeah.
This is not bad
He
at all.
likes it.
Eat it.
Really?
Eat the whole thing then.
I could genuinely eat like a meal.
God,
of this.
it smells so.
Oh, shot.
I could here.
Is it as bad as Sam's, Dan?
This is not good at all.
Give him a
No.
Give
For
him a
me, it's
flashback.
like the worst flavor. I don't
Here,
know
check
why.
this out. Like I.
Here
genuinely
goes
don't
Love.
give
He's
a
proving
fuck.
a point here.
Oh, Love.
Look, not only is this asshole going in for seconds, he's using the same exact fork that he used the first time he ate it. This guy is like, all right, now it's Love's. You know what I mean? Like, he basically, you ever see Scary Movie 2? You know, with that guy with the hand, and he goes in, he goes, my germs, he sticks his hand in the fucking pie. You know, he touches that food. Now it's your pie, you know? Now everybody's got to order pizza. You know what I mean? Love over here, satisfied as fuck. He goes, yeah, I basically just stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes, you know, so now I gotta eat all of them.
Oh my God.
We like it. We love it.
We do love it.
Okay.
For me, it really is a psychological thing where
It's not a psychological thing. It's fucking gross. I don't know. Love, we give it up for Love and his gross ass appetite. This guy is fucking insane, you know? But I wanted to bring up this video. We'll end it on this one because we're starting to run out of time for this segment. On top of that, I'm starting to get bored with the whole like you laugh, you eat. It's not juicy enough for me, okay? But this video that Love ended up bringing to the table is, well, wait until you hear this. I guess they've played this on the show in the past. I don't know how I've ever missed this video. Out of all of the videos that I see online, you know, doing research for the show, whatever, through my own personal scrolling, shit like that, I don't know how this video ended up making it through the cracks. Like, but this shit was like priceless, dude. When I saw this, I couldn't stop laughing myself. And when you see this, I have a feeling it's going to do the same for you.
But this is not that. This is just a clear.
got it.
We all touch
Enjoy.
shit before.
I've never shitted in a tissue before.
You touch shit every single day if you shit. Like, you don't wipe yourself? It got shit in the tissue when you wipe yourself.
You don't know how to
shit
get
is in
the. Why are you touching the shit? The tissue is for.
Okay, so now there's a lot to unpack here right from the rip. If you're like me and this is the first time you're seeing this video, you're kind of like, wait a minute. Ain't nobody touching shit. Like, I wipe my ass every day, you know? I'm not touching no shit, okay? The toilet paper is doing all that. That's why it exists, okay? You know, this is like, you remember back in the day there used to be like this weird rumor about like Middle Eastern people, you know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, don't shake their right hand because they wipe their hands with their ass, you know? I don't know if that's true. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't really care. I don't shake anybody's hand. You know, I see people in public, they go, hey, my name is, I go, get the fuck out of here. I treat everybody like assholes. You know what I mean? I've never shaken somebody's hand in my entire life. Okay? So that joke has never made, you know, a big difference to me. But this is what toilet paper is for. This is so your hand doesn't have to touch the shit. So when I saw this video for the first time, I was very taken aback by this. I was just as shocked as everybody else. I was like, wait a minute, what's this guy talking about? You know, let's check this out one more time. We'll let it play out a little bit uncut, you know? Give you guys a little bit of that pure.
This is just a clear.
Got it.
We all touch
Enjoy.
shit before.
I've never shitted in a tissue before.
You touch shit every single day if you shit. Like, you don't wipe yourself? It got shit in the tissue when you wipe yourself.
You don't know how to
shit
get
is in
the. Why are you touching the shit? The tissue is for the shit.
That's what I'm saying. You grab shit all the time.
No,
in the
you're
tissue.
not saying that. You don't. Yeah, you
You're not
wipe.
wiping, you grab the shit.
You don't grab. Why are you grabbing
Hold
shit?
on.
Do you got
So you
shit
telling
stuck
me-
in?
Look, hold on. This is where it's about to start getting good. He goes, hold on. So now the gears are starting to turn in this guy's head. Because if you notice his demeanor, you know, he's like, I'm the normal one. You know what I mean? Like, he's in the beginning when he's bringing up this point, he's like, bitch, what you talking about? You don't touch no goddamn shit. He goes, you must be trifling, you stupid hoe. You know what I mean? We all touching shit. And she's like, wait a minute. No. You are the weird one, right? At first, this guy keeps like the same energy. He's like, you touching shit every goddamn day. You grabbing it with that toilet paper, right? But then he starts paying attention to the crew and the people sitting around the production. He goes, wait a minute. Everybody's faces, they're not registering this. So now he's starting to go into like panic mode a little bit. He goes, wait, am I the weird one? You know? He goes, am I the one who's gross? He has no idea. It's kind of crazy to actually watch the wheels turn like this and see this guy like now finally starting to realize that like he's been shitting like a complete asshole his entire life.
Shit every single day if you shit. Like, you don't wipe yourself? It got shit in the tissue when you wipe yourself.
You don't know how to get the... Why are you touching the shit? The tissue is for the shit.
That's what I'm saying. You grab shit all the time.
No, you're not saying that. You don't. Yeah, you wipe.
Wiping, you grab the shit.
You don't grab... Why are you grabbing shit?
Hold on.
Do you got shit stuck in your ass while you're taking...
So you telling me that y'all just let the doodle fall in the toilet? Y'all don't catch it every time?
What the fuck? Yo, when I heard... Dude, I like almost passed out. I almost passed out when I heard this. I like legitimately could not stop laughing. Y'all just let the doo-doo fall in the goddamn toilet like that? He goes, wait a minute, y'all don't catch it every time. So this guy is like got like a catcher's mitt. He's just shitting into the palm of his goddamn hand. How do you even pull that off on the toilet? Like, think about it. Think about it. What are you, sitting on your hand? Are you doing like the front, like you go in between your legs and just go into like the little bit of hole that's left in between? Like, I mean, he's a guy and not everyone listening is a guy, but it's going to be, he just puts his hand in between like his balls and the toilet seat. There's like that little gap there. He's just putting his hand like that and just catching it. Like, and then here's the thing that I don't get. What's the big deal about letting it fall to the goddamn water? What are you worried about? You worried about it's gonna like explode or something like that? Like if you don't catch it, it's like a fucking bomb. Like they go, whoa, don't let that hit the ground too hard. You know what I mean? We all fucking die if that shit hits the water hard enough. You know, like this guy is legitimately blowing my mind with this. And it's just, this is classic internet gold.
You telling me that y'all just let the doodle fall in the toilet? Y'all don't catch it every time?
Yo. I am about to leave, bro.
How do y'all take a shit? I must have seen this shit wrong.
My nigga.
I've been catching my shit all these years.
Nah, I'm more disgusted than like, I feel like I can't continue.
What are you talking about?
Look, he goes, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean, what am I talking about? I'd be in the same boat as this bitch. I'd be like, yo, if you don't get this motherfucker off my goddamn set, you know, he's probably got shit in his britches right now. You know, remember last episode, Ethan was shitting his britches when he was doing a fashion review. You know, now this guy's catching his shit in the palm of his hands. Now, here's something that's crazy. Listen to his response. This girl asks him, what do you have to do when you have diarrhea? Listen to this asshole's response. Let's go back a little bit so you could get a little bit more of that. It helps bring the effect, you know, the full effect.
I am about to leave, bro.
How do y'all take a shit? I must have seen this shit wrong.
My nigga.
I've been catching my shit all these years.
Nah, I'm more disgusted than like, I feel like I can't continue.
What are you talking about?
My stomach
so
is
hold on,
turning.
so y'all just sit there and shit come right out. No way.
What happens if you got the runs or something like that? What do you do then?
Yo, when he goes, no way, no way. Yo, you ever see that old viral is like drinking out of cups and that gecko, that 3D gecko, he's like, no way, no way. He goes, not my chair, not my problem. No way. Yo, this guy, dude, he goes, yo, just let the doo-doo fall in the toilet. No way.
More disgusted than like, I feel like I can't continue.
What are you talking about?
My stomach
so
is
hold
turning.
on, so y'all just sit there and shit come right out. No way.
What happens if you got the runs or something like that? What do you do then?
That shit, you wash your hair. Why you think people wash their hair?
Yo,
Ladies and gentlemen,
you heard her?
got him.
She goes, what happens if you got the runs or something? He goes, why do you think people wash their hands, dude? That is crazy.
What are you talking about?
My stomach
So
is
hold on.
turning.
So y'all just sit there and shit come right out. No way.
What happens if you got the runs or something like that? What do you do then?
That shit, you wash your hair. Why you think people wash their hair?
Oh my God.
Yo,
dude.
you shit in your hand, bro?
With tissue.
This is worse than I thought. Like, I thought it was some other shit. Like, but this is
So you
some
tell me
shitty
I
shit.
just sit there and just let it fucking shit in the toilet?
Where's your pee go, dumbass?
What's wrong with
Because
that?
pee is easy. I don't know. I just always shit in the tissue.
So you throw the shit in the garbage instead of let it flush
No, I
down the
just throw it
toilet?
after I fucking do it. I just throw it right in the
This
toilet.
nigga garbage stink like a motherfucker. That nigga shit in the tissue and put the shit in the garbage like he a dog.
I don't put the shit in the toilet. I mean, I'll put it in the toilet.
You don't put it in the toilet.
I don't put it in the garbage. I put it into the toilet though.
Yeah, how you pick up your own poop off the curb? Like, that's it. You really a dog.
Y'all should try that then.
I'm gonna get you a
That's better.
pooper.
Yo, he said y'all should try that. Dude, he thinks it's better. He thinks it. Bro, you shit. This guy gets diarrhea, right? He blasts shit all over his fucking hands and forearm, and he thinks that's better. Okay, if that's what you think.
Scooper. That's a little easier
I can't
for
believe
you.
I ain't never did that, yo.
I can't believe you're so disgusting. Yeah, actually, Stephanie, this nigga is the most nasty, disgusting, literal piece of shit that I ever fucking met in my life. Bitch, run. If you was thinking about walking towards, run the other way.
Yo, that is good. That's crazy shit right there. I couldn't believe when I heard that. I was shocked. So let's give it up for the What's Eating Ethan Klein segment, the week segment over at Lost Ox Media. So we're pretty much at an hour right now. So let's get ready to get some tunes on. Let's pick a nice good old song, and we'll take a little bit of a smoke break, and then get ready to move on to the next segment. It's good old Hawk Tuohy. You know, Hawk Tuohy has the Mark Cuban on this episode, which is always nice, but I'd rather do the smoke break first. So let's turn on some music, and then we'll get a rockin'. As always, I'd like to thank you on joining me for yet another episode of Lost Ox Media. Get ready to take a couple puffs. We'll get ready to have a couple puffs of the schmeed, right? Not get too lit. Listen to a little bit of tunes, and then we'll jump into that Hawk Tuohy and Mark Cuban on Lost Ox Media. All on my face. All right. Gotta love these puffs and that music, dude. I'd like to take this moment to thank all of you guys, the listeners, coming to the live chats every Wednesday on the premiere, different things like that. The show's been growing slowly but surely, and You know, I love every single new listener, old listener that we get. You guys are what makes this show so great. Without that, it'd literally just be me talking to myself the whole time, right? So, doesn't make for the best podcast, right? You guys are what make this show. So eventually down the line, I want to, do some stuff that'll help the community grow, stay more connected at the same time. I want to eventually get a Discord. I've been thinking about ideas for like a Patreon. Eventually, I want to have all the content hosted on my own personal website so that we don't have to worry about the guidelines and restrictions of YouTube. I want to be able to play mainstream artists without having to worry about copyright. I want to be able to, cover all of the things I want without worrying about my videos getting taken down, which is what happened last week. And, these are all things that'll happen slowly but surely. And at the end of the day, I just love doing the show. And you guys make that experience that much better. So let's get back into this music, finish out these puffs, and then get into that Hawk Tui here on Lost Ox Media. Ooh. Who the fuck is this? Hollywood Undead? This shit's fucking crazy. So, let's get back into these time codes, right? You guys remember I said Haley Welch. She had a good old Mr. Mark Cuban on her show. Had to mute myself for that one. I had a huge cough after that last joint hit. But yeah, Miss Haley Welch had Mark Cuban on the show, right? And this made for an interesting interview because they're making like jokes, like she's like, hey man, Mr. Mark Cuban, how about I pitch you this business idea, right? And they're like making a mockery out of it, but Mark Cuban's like genuinely giving her like good business advice back, right? And I think this is interesting because it's pretty much gonna fall on deaf ears, but it's kind of like not Miss Welch's fault. Like, if you pay attention to this girl, she's been like promoting like crypto coins out the ass lately on Twitter, on her Instagrams, all that shit. Jake Paul ends up getting his paws on her, starting the podcast, the Talk Tui podcast. Who's it run by? It's run by Better. This is a gambling company run by Jake and his business partner. So, her management team, her podcast, these are probably all people supplied by Jake and his crew. Now, every single person that this girl has in her life advising her on how to basically utilize her fame, I feel is going to start pointing her in very shisty directions. Yes, she will make a lot of money, but she will also basically become one of those internet personalities that nobody trusts. Think about it. I wouldn't trust Jake Paul with $5 I know he's rich. I know $5 don't mean shit to him. It's the principle of the message here. Jake Paul, Logan Paul are not good people. And the fact that a genuine person like this has, happened to fall into their clutches kind of makes for a little bit of a sad story. But let's watch her and Mark Cuban genuinely try to hammer out these business ideas on the Hawk Tui podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Talk Tui. I got Miss Chelsea and then Mark Cuban. Give him a clap.
Wait a minute, let's go back. Mark Cuban.
1,000 times your money.
Download Better, play Better Picks.
Hello and welcome back to Talk Tui. I got Miss Chelsea and then Mark Cuban.
Look at Mark Cuban looking like goddamn Ellen DeGeneres. What the fuck? Yo, this guy, he looks like that, He looks like that crazy lesbian from MSNBC. What's her name? I think it's like Rachel Maddow, I think. You know what I mean? She might not be a lesbian. She looks like a lesbian. You know what I mean? I don't know if she's a lesbian. I might be judging a little bit. Mark Cuban looks like a lesbian. And he also looks like her. So then she kind of looks like a lesbian as well. But yeah, if you dyed Ellen DeGeneres' hair, I mean, am I wrong?
We give him a clap.
You guys going to the fight tonight? You staying for the fight?
Yeah.
Cool.
You going?
I was going to, but my son's got a basketball game. It's his first game of the season.
Oh.
And so we were both going to go. He's 15. And I was like, and I've known Mike a little bit. And so they invited me to sit down.
All right, I don't give a fuck about you. All right, so now they're talking about you go to the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, because Haley, everything Jake, Jake's got to like pretty much promote her around, tote her around town and shit, because Jake benefits anytime she benefits. Jake benefits, because the fact that Jake's company is running this whole podcast, everything like that, they pay her. You know what I mean? This is not like one of those situations like. I built this show I'm using myself as an example because that's the best example I could give. You know what I mean? Let's not try to put words in other people's mouths or use other people as an example when I don't necessarily have the right to. Okay? So using myself as an example to be fair. Like I start this show, right? I started by myself. Nobody's involved in this. The production, I paid for everything myself. That's how these things work. So now later down the line, if this show takes off, if some other company got involved, I would pay that company. Whatever services they provided to me, I would pay them. It wouldn't be the other way around because I didn't have some company come to me and go, we have this great idea for a show. We think you could be the talent for it. Don't worry, we'll take care of everything, which is basically what's happening here. They go, hey, you're famous, right? We got this guy, this really famous internet guy. Have you heard of him? His name is Jake Paul. Him and his team, they think that you'd be great for this show. They're going to let you do whatever you want. You're going to get sponsors. You're going to get rich. You're going to be known worldwide. So like this is kind of how this came to be, so they pay her. So when these things like the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight happen, she's kind of like got to go to them. Like Jake is her boss. You know what I mean? So that they end up getting caught up in all that. Then she ends up coming up with the business proposal, right? Now this is a joke. But I thought this was kind of, funny here.
With them going back. It's crazy. Like kids will email me, adults, whatever, just asking for business advice. And so if I can help them, just like we kind of talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helped a
So
whole
why
lot.
not? Yeah. But that's right.
So now this is what I'm saying. Mark is like genuine. This isn't the advice. He gives her like genuine business advice later. But he's like, yeah, just like I talked to you on the phone, I tried to give you all this advice. If he was smart, that conversation would have been like, hey, the sooner you can close ties with all these like contracts that you get with Jake's people and Jake and shit like that, that'll do you some good. Here's the problem. Mark is also heavily invested in this crypto bullshit. He loves crypto. And this is one of the shady things that Miss Welch here is starting to get into as well. This is not the business proposal that she makes to him. This is the business proposal that she makes to him.
I hope where I can.
Hear me out.
Okay, fire away.
Okay. You got Pookie's Pickles.
Pookie's Pickles. Pookie's Pickles, right? You got Pookie's Pickles. Hear me out. You got Pookie's Pickles, right?
Hear me out.
Okay, fire away.
Okay. You got Pookie's Pickles.
Look, I don't know if this is a joke or not. I really don't. Like, it sometimes I get confused with these, like, Hollywood type. She's not necessarily a Hollywood type yet, but she's on my TV, so, I mean, she might as well be, right? I really genuinely don't know sometimes, like, what to believe as truth or a joke, because I could genuinely see this bitch, like, walking into a boardroom and being like, okay, everybody, I just got done hop 2-ing on my goddamn boots now. We coming up with this really great idea. They go, all right, Miss Welch, what do you like in your life? We want to try to make products that are modeled off of like your personal interests, like, so what is it that you like? And then we'll try to come up with something from there. And she goes, well, I really like my boyfriend Pookie, and I really like pickles, You know, like her retarded ass. They go, what do you like more than anything in the world? If you could just have one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? She goes, pickles. I could see that in a board meeting. So now all these assholes got to go. They go, pickles, you know, yeah, pickles. Yeah, how can we make that work? All right, so she likes Pookie. She likes pickles. How's about Pookie's Pickles? She goes, oh, that's great. This is a great idea. So now I could see that being the reality. So I'm serious. I don't know if this is a joke or not.
Yeah, I bet you do. Hey, you know, it could work out of Tennessee. You guys make pickles in Tennessee.
So would you invest in it?
No.
No. Word. That was quick.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ellen DeGeneres not feeling the pickles, you know what I mean? Like, that's some good shit right there. How quick was that? Because he knows. He's been doing this for years. He's like, I know when the shit is like a fad. You know what I mean? He goes, pickles, it has nothing to do with the pickles. He gives her some bullshit excuse. He goes, I would never invest in a pickle company when it's named after a guy, right? Oh, really? So like Vlasic's, that's like somebody's last name. You know, so it's like you're not gonna like invest in a company like that. That's like a dude's last name. So so he's lying her, right? He's like, he knows. He goes, yo, this bitch is gonna be washed up in like a year or two. She's gonna get caught up in some scandal. She's gonna run out of juice. Like every time she has an interview with somebody, they go, I'm so surprised to see like you're stretching your 15 minutes of yeah, she's stretching it because she's getting used up like a goddamn fucking sponge. When the Paul family and their fucking teams of fucking crazy managers and shit see that the well is starting to run dry, they're going to kick this bitch to the curb, send her ass back to Tennessee faster than you could blink. So Mark Cuban, he's like, oh, you could give me any business idea. It could be a $10 billion business idea. I'm not investing. He goes, I see the writing on the wall. You got 5 years max, you know? So right away, he's like, nah, dude, we ain't doing this. Now, this is where he goes to give her that genuine business advice that I was telling you about. And I hope that she takes it, because right now, all the business moves I'm seeing, aside from this little front, this little Pause for America front that she's, and that's the sad part. I'll jump into this advice later. That's the sad part. She has this one business, this Pause for America, right? She genuinely likes that. She's like genuinely wants to help animals and stuff. So it's like her team of people, she's like the president of the United States. Think of it like that. Everyone thinks that she's the one running the show. She's not. It's her team of people that are really running the show. You know how like those 4 years Biden was sitting around like all confused. He's like, and everyone's like, whoa, there's no way that guy's running the country. It's got to be his team of people. So like, you think a lot of the business moves she's making, it's like a team of people making those moves. They go, trust us, Haley. This is how everyone's doing it in Hollywood. You're going to make just fine. You're going to be rich beyond your years. And if you do all that, it'll help pay for your Pause for America. So, you know, the charity that you want, that you have going on, you know, somebody's got to pay for that. So wouldn't it be nice to do all these other business things that we have lined up for you? Then it helps you pay for all the Pause for America stuff. So she has this one little like charity front thing, and they go, that's genuine, so let's give her that, and then we'll just fucking octopus all of these other fucking business things out with her image and likeness tied to all of them, and we'll just squeeze the fucking rock until nothing's left. Then she can take that Pause for America shit, shove it right up her ass, and we'll kick her ass back to Tennessee.
You know,
Okay, so
Pookie's Pickles actually is a
so
good
if you
name.
had any other ideas for her to like come up with her own product, what would it be?
Hear me out, granny panties.
No, I mean, look,
There you go.
you got an audience, right, that loves you, and so that's the whole thing. I mean, something that I think, you know, just from the outside looking in, right? I think why you've been so successful is that you're authentic. For real, you are who you are, right? You smile, you know, you don't try to push things on people. You don't, you know, some people are always on. You know, you've been around those people now where they're just like always like they have this image they're trying to put out there, and they're just not themselves.
See, right now, Mark is kind of like spitting hot fire at her. You know what I mean? Like, and this is when she, all right, I don't like this Hawk Tui now. You know what I mean? Now I feel like bad for her more than anything, but I don't necessarily like her. You know, at first, when it happened, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's happening to like a normal person, blah, blah, blah. Then I started seeing her a little too much. She was kind of like all I want for Christmas. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I'm kind of sick of this shit, you know? Now I'm just fucking jealous. Like, yo, you know how many things that I fucking Hog Tui'd on? I actually did it. I'm nobody. It brought me nothing, okay? I've actually sat and done the work, the research, if you will. I'm sitting there fucking all over things. I've never had anything come of it. This bitch comes around the corner and talks about spitting on a goddamn thing. She never even spit near a dick. Like, not one time. She's never spit anywhere even close to a dick in her entire life. You know what I mean? Now she's rich and famous. Where's all my rich and fame for the fucking hard work that I put in, goddamn? Okay? You know? Is she authentic? Yes. But she ain't do not one goddamn tui, okay? So let's start putting some truth behind the reality. But all jokes aside, you know what I mean? He's genuinely giving her good advice. He's basically saying, if you're going to sit there and like shill some stuff to your audience, don't do it like all these other assholes. Actually find something that you care about, that you would use in your everyday life, or it's going to actually solve a problem for you. So that way, when you're pushing it to your audience, you can be genuine about it. You can actually say, hey, I use this thing all the time, and it's actually helped me out a lot. People can see through that, you know? So he's giving her like rock solid business advice here. It's just sad to me that, like, you know, now she's kind of caught up with this crew, like I said, and she's basically like shilling Bitcoin and shit now.
And when you talk to them, it's hard to talk to those people because they're always thinking about what angle they have to take and what angle you're trying to take. But I don't get that sense from watching the podcast and, you know, just the little interactions we've had. You're authentic. And you want to find things that you like and products that you love and you like, or that you want, something that you think you need that people that you know would relate to, because then it's easy for you to sell it. You know, hey, I came up with this. It's because I needed it and I love it and I'm sharing it with you, not because I'm trying to, you know, sell zillions of them. I hope I do, but because if I need it, there's a good chance that all the people who follow me here need it.
They
as
might
well.
need it. Yeah.
So when you get along those lines, then you start finding things that really work. You know?
See, Mark Cuban being genuine for the first time in his life. Let's give it up for him. You know? So like I said, that's like rock solid advice. You know, like you kind of can't beat that. But Miss Welch, she can beat that. She can beat a lot of things. Like in previous times that I've talked about her, in like multiple different episodes, I've talked about how she like always brings up how violent she is. She's like, anybody talks to my man, I'm gonna slap that bitch across the goddamn face every time. Or like she talks to another girl on her podcast. She goes, when you fight with your boyfriend, you know, what do you do to take care of the situation? The girl's like, well, I handle it calmly. You know, I try to hear out his side of the story. Then I give my side of the story, and we try to handle it amicably. And Miss Welch goes, what? You don't just goddamn smack him, punch him across the goddamn face? You don't give him a goddamn pile driver off the goddamn second story? You know what I mean? You don't just fuck him up because he can't hit you back? You don't do none of that shit. The girl's like, no, I just like, you know, handle it like a human being. At every chance this girl gets, she's like, I'm constantly beating the fuck out of my boyfriend. If he even looks at me the wrong way, I'll backhand him. You know, she's kind of crazy with this shit. She starts talking about this shit here. It's no different.
What do you think about Poopa's Pickles?
I don't like it anymore. I just looked at it the way you explained it, and now I'm like, what?
I really don't mind. I just, whatever she wants, I just do
There you
whatever.
go.
I just follow her
You're
lead.
smart, man. When you've been dating somebody a month, it's always just yes.
Well,
You see, always just yes, you know, always yes. Why is it always yes? I have a feeling Pookie's sitting there because he looks very respectable. Like you see him here, he's got his hands underneath his thighs. He's sitting next to Mr. Mark Cuban. That Mark's like, hey, Pookie. He's like, yes, sir. You know what I mean? He's very respectful right now, you know? So I have a feeling she starts popping off on him. Pookie's just kind of sitting there like, yes, baby. And he just takes it all, you know?
I just follow her lead. Smart, man. When you've been dating somebody a month, it's always just yes.
Well, for the most part. I don't understand the word no when he tells me no. I'm like, what? Then he normally changes his mind and gives in.
She likes to pinch my ears a lot.
Was that your idea?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Look, so see, that was awkward. Like, that was very awkward. He's like, it's like a little cry for help from Pookie a little bit, you know? She says, yeah, you just got to say yes to me. And he goes, yeah, with once again, his hands underneath his thighs in the chair. He's like, she likes to pinch my ears a lot, you know? And then they all sit there quiet. Mark looks over at her. He's like, bitch, are you abusing this man? Are you abusing this man? Like, giving her that look, right? This is where she starts talking about how she's like just beats the shit out of this guy.
I'm like, what? Then he normally changes his mind and gives in.
She likes to pinch my ears a lot.
Awkward.
Was that your idea?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Did somebody do that to you before?
Well, when me and my brothers would fight when we were little, that was like my only defense mechanism, I guess. So I'd grab him by his ears until they started bleeding, and I'd just like...
Until they started bleeding?
Yeah,
No, that's crazy.
We were mean to each other.
So this shit is wild. So if you remember, if you know anything about this Haley Welch, her mom is a crackhead. So she's a crack baby. So she's running around, you know, their property in Tennessee. You know, it's like a fucking... like an old pasture. Like, what's that old show? Home on the Range or some shit like that. You know what I mean? She's like in one of those type situations. But it's like a bunch of crack babies running around. They're all, you know, running around. You ever see South Park? And they do the episode where it's crack basketball. And they put like a crack rock in the middle of like this circle. And the two crack babies have to like fight over the crack rock. You know what I mean? They're like taking bets on like which crack baby's going to win. So this is like one of those type situations. Haley Welch is coming in with her finishing move. She grabs the ears, the fucking brother. She's like, oh! Until they bleed, you know? So she grew up violent. Like, she woke up and chose violence every day of her life since inception. You know what I mean? And she's going to transfer those skills into her everyday life and the relationships that she has with the people around her.
But
like real blood?
Yeah. Like, I'd grab him by his ears. And you can ask him to this day. I can call him now and he'll tell you.
Now I know why he wears the hat.
Yeah. I'm easy on his ears. Now, my poor brother, he used to get it so bad from me.
How old are your brothers?
So, the middle one, he is 26, and then the oldest one is 40.
40?
So she has these older brothers. I mean, she's got to take those crack babies and grab them by the ears. Like, how else is she going to defend herself? You know what I mean? Because they're all fighting for the crack. And that's the only way you're going to get it is by pinching those goddamn ears, right? So that's just a little taste of her violent past, you know? And I'm telling you, she's smacking this Pookie guy around. You pay attention. Look at this guy. He's practically, wait until you see. She talks about the ear grabbing and shit like that. Every time they cut back to Mark Cuban and Pookie, Pookie's blinking his eyes like fucking crazy. Like, it's almost like he's doing like Morse code. Like, he's like, somebody fucking help me. He's doing like beep, 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 like blinking. Dude, I'm telling you, watch this. This guy cannot stop blinking for his goddamn life.
Middle one, he is 26, and then the oldest one is 40.
40?
Yeah. My daddy's old.
Yeah.
Sorry, Henry.
Yeah. So there's 3 of you?
Yeah. The oldest one's got a different mama, though.
Oh.
Look, that was just a little taste. That one wasn't even that bad. This guy, I'm telling you, check this shit out. You think that was bad? That was nothing. Watch how much this guy keeps fucking blinking. I'm telling you.
I don't have to force him.
Oh, you get it.
He just kind of wears it.
Like force him to do it.
You were so easy to please.
Some things, yeah.
I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah,
you give me a bag of chips, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good, right? I don't. There's
Blink, blink,
like,
blink, blink.
Unless there's
blink,
a good reason
blink,
to stress, there's no
blink,
reason to stress.
Blink. Jesus fucking Christ. One more. Look at this fucking guy. I'm telling you, it's going to happen like right here. Look at how much this guy's blinking. I wish that I had like the, you know, in like Scooby-Doo, every time somebody blinks, it's like blink, 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 like little like cartoony noise. I wish I had something like that for this.
Some things, yeah.
I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah,
You give me a bag of chips, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good, right? I
Look.
there's like, unless there's a good reason to stress, there's no reason to stress.
Yo, he won't fucking stop. This is crazy, dude. Look at this guy.
There's
Blink, blink,
unless
blink,
there's a good reason
blink,
to stress, there's
blink,
no reason to stress.
blink. It's gonna cut back to him again. Watch.
Like you need an app where you can just give people advice.
You know, like an AI.
Look, blink,
thing.
blink,
Maybe something.
blink.
What's something? You think?
It's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm telling you, it's like he's legitimately like sending out like Morse code signals. He's like, somebody please, help me. You know what I mean? So we're going to end this little Hawk Tui segment and move on to Senior Tony Hinchcliffe.
Sometimes I don't know how fucking cringy and ridiculous I sound.
That soundbite's a little too long. We might have to get rid of it, okay? But before we end up moving on to Senior Hinchcliffe, I want to end on this time code with Miss Hawk Tui. You know this bitch is leaving streaks in the goddamn toilet? Yo, everywhere she goes, she's leaving streaks in the toilet. Her best friend's talking about it. Pookie's talking about it. I'm sure she goes to Mark Cuban's house. Mark Cuban's like, yo, bitch, this toilet costs $50,000. What the fuck are you doing? You know, everywhere she goes, because she's lactose intolerant, the bitch won't stop eating goddamn cheese and milk. You know what I mean? So she's talking about this lactose intolerance. She's shitting her britches, bro. She's leaving streaks all over everyone's toilet. Listen to this.
Think about that.
You're lactose intolerant.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am lactose intolerant.
Me too.
Oh my God! But you still eat ice cream?
I eat anything with milk in it, and I just suffer because like I've went my whole life eating it.
It's
and
not
then,
that you suffer. I don't mind. Like as a guy,
I don't mind it.
If I'm farting sitting on the toilet, that's a bonus every
yeah.
day, right?
Yeah.
What does he say about it?
She has not got to where she'll poop around me.
Yeah. I saw.
So right there, you know, that's a big tell, you know, but that's normal. You're in a relationship with somebody, you know, you living together, whatever the situation is, eventually you're going to shit around each other. You know what I mean? But let's talk about toilet etiquette here. That's what they're about to talk about in a second.
I popped his toilet up the other day.
Yeah! That is like the king right there.
I come out and my face is red. I was like, oh, I have bad news.
She said I stopped it up, and I'm telling you, when I walked in there and seen that,
Don't
I
say
did not
what
know
you
what
said.
to do.
Oh my God, dude. She stopped up the toilet. This guy walks in. He don't know what the fuck is happening. He walked into like a war zone. You know, it was like Saving Private Ryan. Like fucking people were dying. He was like, what the fuck is happening? He's looking in there. He goes, how did you even eat all this shit? There's like stuff, like all sorts of crazy shit that you wouldn't expect to be in there. You know what I mean? There's like a garden gnome like sticking out of one end of it. He's like, what the fuck is happening here? You know, so like this is insane. Right out the rip. So and that's even crazier. As soon as she brings that up, she goes, I stopped up his toilet the other day. Mark Cuban's like, fuck yeah, bro, you a fucking man. Like trying to be like, see, I'm regular just like you guys. If that happened in if one of Mark Cuban's kids stopped up his toilet today, he'd kick him out the goddamn house. He'd be like, no son of mine is gonna stock up the goddamn toilet. Mark Cuban's a fucking cuck. So he's sitting there trying to pretend like he's this like everyman. Listen to this shit.
Yeah. I stopped his toilet up the other day.
Yeah! That is like the king right there.
I come out and my face is red. I was like, oh, I have bad news.
She said I stopped it up, and I'm telling you, when I walked in there and seen that,
Don't
I
say
did not
what
know
you
what
said.
to do.
Take a picture?
No.
Oh, I definitely would have taken a
I
picture.
closed my eyes and just went to plumbing.
It was rough. So he locked his keys in his apartment. And so I had to go through the window and like let him in.
Just before the shit or after the shit?
This is before. I'm on the verge of like shitting myself at this point because it was just that bad. I got through the window, I unlocked the door, and I hauled ass. I was gone. There's tire marks after I got out of there.
Oh, she's
Tire marks after. Oh, dude, we even doubled up on the sound for that one, bro. I've never heard anyone call them tire marks before. That is rough, dude, to call them tire marks. They got some crazy fucking slang in Tennessee, bro. She's calling like a pussy a cooter. She's calling like the fucking streaks a fucking tire marks. You know what I mean? Pookies, pickles. I don't know what's coming out of this bitch's mouth. So she's going to this guy's bathroom. Not only is she stopping up the goddamn toilet, she's leaving evidence at the fucking crime scene now.
Terrible about that. Every time she goes, she leaves a little streak, and I'm like, I have the brush. Just
Yes,
give it a
every
little brush
time.
for
No,
once.
she does
Just
do
one
that.
brush, and it'll be fine.
She's the worst about
Oh,
that.
you're talking about driving streak?
No.
No, the streaks in the toilet, like.
Oh, like we're going.
Oh my God! So even Mark Cuban, he's like, yeah, you talking like when she pulls away in like her Ferrari, right? Like, cause now she's rich. You talking like she like skids out, right? And cause both of her friend and her boyfriend are like, yo, you should see the damage that she does when she's done taking a shit. Like we have to remodel the bathroom like when she's done taking a like it's bad, you know? And Mark Cuban's like, but tire marks in his head. He's like, tire marks? What? How's she leaving tire marks in the bathroom? So he doesn't understand what the fuck they're talking about. So he goes, well, you talking like when you peel off in the car, right? They're like, no.
There's tire marks after I got out of there.
Oh, she's terrible about that. Every time she goes, she leaves a little streak, and I'm like, I have the brush. Just
Yes,
give it a
every
little brush
time.
for
No,
once.
she does
Just
do
one
that.
brush, and it'll be fine.
She's the worst about
Oh,
that.
you're talking about driving streak?
No.
No, the streaks in the toilet, like.
Oh, like we're going down. Haley is the poop master.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's rough when I get in there.
She left. I went to work, and
Yo, I think Mark Cuban kind of like likes the shit a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's like one of those, what do they call them? A scat man? You know, I think he might be a scat man. You know what I mean? One of those like German Scheisse dudes, you know? Because she talked about clogging up the toilet. He got ready to celebrate. Have a goddamn like a what do they call those? Like a marching band type shit. You know what I mean? Over the whole thing. Now she talks about leaving streaks in the toilet. He's like, she's like the poop master. Did you even see his face? He goes to like sit back in his chair. He's like, oh my God. It's like he's having like a revelation over the fact that she's like leaving streaks in the toilet. Look at this asshole's face.
the streaks in the toilet, like.
Oh, like we're going down. Haley is the poop master.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's rough when I get in there.
Look at his face right here. He's like, oh my God. Watch this. Wait, he goes, oh man.
Haley is the poop master.
Dude,
Watch
I'm
his
telling
face.
You, it's rough when I get in there.
She left. I went to work, and
he's looking up in the sky. He's like, I've seen the light, dude. He's like, Haley is like literally the poop master, bro. Like, that's insane. That I don't know. This is just fucking crazy to me.
She left that day. I got home. There was a little surprise waiting for me in the bottom of the car. I sent her a picture. I said, what is this?
See,
you
you
couldn't
got
have
the
flushed it
picture
twice?
See, but I know if that's there, I'm like, Haley's been here.
Oh, yeah. It's 100%. And she never shuts the door, doesn't turn the fan on. It's just
Never
pure.
shuts the door, so you'll just poop and everybody will just watch you poop?
I actually have like a shy butthole.
I have a shy butthole, she says. Okay. I don't know. Nothing shy about that. You know what I mean? These guys are like, everywhere she goes, she's leaving dead bodies. There's streaks in the toilet. You know, sometimes she doesn't even flush. Like, she'll fucking, Pookie's sitting there like, yo, bro, she'll stay over my house, right? And then, like, she'll leave and go to, like, Hollywood, right? So now my house has been empty for, like, 2 days, right? I come home, and there's, like, shit all over my goddamn toilet. He's like, well, I don't even know what to do, man. So let's give it up for Haley Welch and her shy butthole. You know what I mean? Wait. There we go. Okay. Everything's off today. The soundboard's off. My cadence is off. You know what I mean? We're even a little behind on the fucking time codes a little bit. So let's get ready to move into this Tony Hinchcliffe, right? This was a very interesting situation here because, like I said earlier, I was originally going to cover Rick Glassman and Jeff Dye being on an episode of Kill Tony. And the main reason I was going to cover that is because, for one, we just got done covering Rick Glassman's appearance on Matan Evans' podcast, and boy, oh boy, did Matan get a real bully fest out of that. Matan was bitching this dude all over the goddamn place. I am so stoned right now. We're going to make it through, though. So Matan's bullying the shit out of Rick. We covered that. That was straight gold. Rick and Tony Hinchcliffe don't like each other. Like, actually, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Tony was on Rick's podcast, Take Your Shoes Off, and the whole time Rick just pretty much was like asking him questions about like why Tony was so mean to him at the Comedy Store all the time. So it's like they've had like a little bit of a past, right? So I thought it was very weird for Tony to have a guest like Rick Glassman on. I thought it was even weirder because if you know how Rick operates, a show like Kill Tony, where Tony is supposed to be the center of attention, kind of doesn't seem like it would mesh with someone like Rick, who is another one who wants to always be the center of attention no matter what situation he's in. So, we were originally going to cover that. Then last night, I'm finishing up my show notes, right? And I go on Twitter, I see, whoa. There's a new post from Tony Hinchcliffe. Okay, check it out. It's a video. The video is talking about how he has a new special dropping that night, but no time. There's no time attached to it. Just says it's dropping on Friday, exclusively on X. Now, I thought that this was very strange because Tony's supposed to be like a golden boy, you know what I mean? Like, he's constantly, bragging about how many sponsors the show has. He's constantly doing arenas, all these things. All of those things, all of those successes, they all revolve around Kill Tony. None of that revolves around his stand-up. Tony doesn't even do stand-up on his own show. Like, yes, he's making jokes, but he's not doing, like, stand-up sets, right? As a matter of fact, if you think about it, you never hear anybody give Tony props or praise or even talk about his stand-up at all. Why is that? It's because his stand-up sucks balls, baby. So when I saw that, I kept an eye on Twitter for all day. You know what I mean? Every 5 minutes, I'm refreshing the shit, waiting for Tony's goddamn episode to drop or his new special, whatever. That shit ends up dropping at 8:30. I immediately downloaded it, cut it into sections for the show, and we're about to dive into that right now. Wait until you see this bullshit. Let's see. How do we do that? Open attachment. Thank you very much. Let's open that attachment. Let's give it a play. Why don't we? Look, this asshole. He couldn't even do the shit. God damn, that's fucking loud. He couldn't even do the shit in 1080p. You can't see it that well right now because it's all black. He did this shit in like square format. Like it's, I don't know, what is that even? Like 1/3 or something like that? I don't know. Look, this is great. This is like one of those videos where you see the like accounts on like Twitter. They go, "Yo, this is moments before disaster." That's kind of like what's happening here. You know what I mean? Like this is moments before Tony's big Puerto Rican disaster. You remember he had that joke, right? That got him in a lot of hot water. What did he say? Something about Puerto Rico being like an island of garbage or something like that? So this is right before his big moment. Look, this is such a fucking cop-out. The title of the special is called Garbage, right? He doesn't call it a special. He says a comedy set from Tony Hinchcliffe, right? This is funny. Comedians try to do this shit sometimes. They'll just put out like impromptu bullshit, right? Because that's kind of what this is. Like there was no planning in this. This was not like a big production. He didn't do like what other people do when they do comedy specials or even comedy sets. Like people do these, they actually put like money into this. He just got like some asshole to record a set at the mothership. You know what I mean? So they do this. They title it a comedy set so that people, when they criticize it like I'm doing, they go, well, it wasn't a special. It was a set. You know what I mean? Nah, Tony can sit there and like use that as a coping mechanism. So let's listen to this opener.
This next guy is one of my best friends, one of the funniest people alive. You might have seen him on the Tom Brady roast. He hosts the #1 podcast for comedy in the world. Give it up for my brother, Mr. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Look at this fucking asshole. Coming out looking like a fucking cowboy from Fagville. I'm telling you, every single time you can count on this guy to come out with an outfit gayer than the one he was wearing the day before. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, dude. I'm telling you. It's got sugar skulls over both breasts. It's got roses on each shoulder. The whole thing is fucking lined. Only thing it's missing is a goddamn bolo tie. He's got the biggest, gayest Kill Tony belt buckle you've ever fucking seen. You know what I mean? Like, this guy, and he tries to tell people he's not gay? I mean, like I always say, ain't nothing wrong with being gay. You just got to stop lying to us. Stop lying to yourself, first and foremost.
Fuck yeah. How about one more time for Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, and Ari Matti. Those are my friends.
Oh my fucking god. Those are my friends, you know? Those are my friends. Every time. This is like, I don't know, something about this guy. He has such an insecurity to him. Everything that comes out of his mouth, it's got to be like a brag, you know? You can't just say give it up for those guys and leave yourself out of it. You got to like remind the audience, go, those are my friends. You know why he said that? He said that because he knows that has someone recording this and he wants to post it to X to do it as like a defense thing for his Puerto Rico joke. You know what I mean? Because everybody started really hating on this guy's shit after that Puerto Rico joke. You know, a couple sponsors were dropping out. This guy was like pulling episodes from Kill Tony, switching them around left and right. He's like locking up posts on his goddamn Twitter. Fucking his band is starting to like post like real mutinizing type like posts on there, you know, going real siding with Puerto Rico. Kind of, you know, real fuck you to my boss type shit. You know what I mean? This was all happening. I really feel like this little special, if you will, that he put out, it's kind of a little bit of a defense mechanism from that. And I'm telling you, I'm Puerto Rican. We didn't care about the joke, okay? Nobody gave a fuck. We just all hate you. So now you gave us a good reason to continue that, right? Now everyone can hone on you. We're all here. I'm here for it, all right? You know what I mean? But he says this stupid type of shit because he knows he's recording this. He wants to post it online. So he goes, give it up for those guys. They're my friends.
And Ari Matti. Those are my friends. Fuck yeah. Everybody else having as good of a month as I am? You're welcome. .26% increase in the Puerto Rican vote.
Look, you cannot get any gayer than this. And who filmed this shit? Like, this shit came out in like 1080, or not even 1080p. This is like 320, bro. 360, if you will, whatever the fuck the resolution is. This shit came out in the poorest goddamn quality. But to sit here and go, oh man, 26%, I got 26% increase in the Puerto Rican vote. Yeah. As if like he did that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure everyone was voting for Trump like that, regardless of if your gay ass said something like that or not. You know what I mean? So I just can't stand it. Something about this guy just fucking throws me off. And everyone's clapping for it, right? As if like, this is like the hottest shit. He's like eating it up. He's like, oh, the crowd loves me. That 26%, we're about to bring it up to 46%. Yeah, like they have to like you basically. If you're at the mothership, you have to like Tony Hinchcliffe. Okay, it's like one of the stipulations. That's you go in there, you give your ticket, right? They go cell phone, please. You give up your cell phone. They put it in some crazy ass case, bricks it out. They put that in the locker. Then when they go, hey, let us take your picture, they take your picture, put it in a database, right? They go, do you like Tony Hinchcliffe? Oh, yes, okay. You like Tom Segura? Yeah, okay. Tom Segura. You like Ari Matty? You like all the Kill Tony guys? You like all the regulars here? If you don't, you're not allowed in, right? So everyone, yeah, I love those guys. I love those guys. So you kind of have to like them when you go to the mothership. These are all people that are going to suck your dick. Do this kind of fucking special somewhere else in the middle of the country at like a different theater. You're not going to get the same fucking response. So this is why I don't like shit like this. This is basically Tony just sucking his own dick. And like I said, using it as like a cop-out for like his own shit that he had like with everyone hating on him. You know, this is basically him like kind of putting out like an apology video. You know how when YouTube creators do something wrong, they always have to put out an apology video and be like, yo, I'm sorry I said the N-word, bro. Like, I really didn't mean it. They go, here's a podcast clip of you saying it 56 times in a row. They go, I'm sorry, man. I don't even say it that much. You know, this is kind of like what Tony's doing right now. You know, it's kind of like his apology video. Now listen to this asshole talk about censorship. This one really set me off.
It's fucking wild. I was the news for 9.5 days during a fucking huge election. Didn't make any sense. It was never my intention to swing an election.
Oh, look at that. Look at this asshole. Watch him. Look, he almost misses the fucking stool. He's stumbling over his shit. Kind of like how I'm doing this episode. Very ironic. I'm like really struggling to keep this whole thing together. I'm like really stoned right now. But look at this guy. He's like trying to keep this together. A lot of pauses in between his words and stuff. Trying to put thoughts and string them together as he goes along. He goes to reach back for that stool. He almost misses it like a complete dope. Watch this.
Wing.
Look at him. Well, look. Going for round 2. Look at. He misses the first one. If only I had a cartoon slide whistle, you know that. Like that. That he misses the first one. And then he gets it.
But, god damn it.
What an asshole. He still doesn't know. He still can't sit in the fucking stool. Look at this fucking prick.
It's right time, I guess.
Let's time that out. How long did it take Tony to sit in that fucking stool? What? And it started like 6 feet back. Look at this guy. Watch him. Look. Okay, from the first grab until now. 1.
To swing an election. But, god damn it. Right place, right time, I guess.
12 goddamn seconds. Took this guy 12 fucking seconds to sit down in this fucking stool. We're losing him. He's like struggling right now.
I've never considered myself a very political guy. But about a month before all this happened, we found out from YouTube that there's new words that they want us to censor. New words that you have to bleep out or you don't make money anymore.
Oh, okay. You don't make money. This one really fucking like I make like jokes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'll seem like I'm getting like worked up about something on the show. It's all to add to like a little joking effect for whatever I'm talking about. This legitimately fucking set me off. And this is why. Is because all of these fucking comedian assholes, they go, we're like the last line of defense for free speech, man. Like, you know, we're like really the bastion of like free speech, us comedians, you know? Because, like, if it wasn't for us, then, like, there would be no free speech. Like, we could say whatever we want, man. We don't have to, like, confide to, like, the rules of the system. You still don't. You still don't. Now Tony is sitting there going, YouTube, they have, like, all these new words that they want us to bleep or we won't get paid. Like, yeah, you don't have to bleep them, right? And this is what like a lot of people probably don't understand about like the YouTube videos that they watch, right? That's just the money that you're going to make from YouTube. So meaning like if you watch a video on YouTube and you know how it'll stop like 5 minutes in, there'll be like an ad for like Wegovy or some shit like that. You watch it for 10 seconds, you skip the ad. So now that counted as a view toward the person that you watched the video of, and now they're going to get paid because that ad happened to go by. You know what I mean? And there are stipulations behind like what counts as a view and what doesn't, but that's basically what it is. You're making money from the AdSense of the YouTube account that you're associated with. If those videos don't get demonetized, or those videos don't get monetized, right? If YouTube demonetizes them, yeah, you won't get paid from that video on YouTube. But when you watch a show like Kill Tony, right? And they open the show by going, this episode was brought to you by ZipRecruiter, Safe Space, whatever, Wegovy, Simply Safe, Keeps, Hims underwear. When they say all that shit, they're getting paid from all that. That doesn't matter jack shit to the censorship of the YouTube video. YouTube could fucking demonetize every single video on the whole channel, right? Every single one that has sponsorships within the video, they still get paid. So now he's sitting there being greedy as fuck, right? Because I'm sure he's making plenty of goddamn money off of the other sponsorships outside of YouTube. That YouTube money, nobody is making a full-time living off of just the money that they get paid from YouTube. They're worried about it because, yeah, it adds to the pot. But someone like a show like Kill Tony, it's getting money from the live ticket sales. It's getting money from all the theater shows that it does, right? Every single week it sells out the Comedy Mothership. Then on top of that, every episode's got like 6 or 7 different sponsorships on it. You're probably getting paid like $30,000 to $40,000 per sponsor, maybe even more than that, because of how big the show is. A show like Kill Tony, a show as big as Kill Tony, doesn't need any money from YouTube. So all of this shit talking that he's doing, saying they're censoring us, but they're not. I don't bleep any of my videos. Sometimes they get demonetized. Nobody's coming to my house and arresting me, saying, yo, you do it again, like you're going away for a long time. But nobody's doing that. You're choosing to do that because of the money that you want to miss out on. It's probably like a very insignificant amount of money when you consider the bigger picture, but yet you want to sit there and bitch about how YouTube is censoring you, right? They're not. And that kind of set me off, I'm not going to lie. So rant over, let's listen to this joke. If it'll play. Am I tripping here? Oh, I guess I think I fucked something up. Okay, let's open that again and go back to the part that we were at with the stool, right? You know, now I'm like floundering this last little chunk.
The swinging election. But, god damn it. Right place, right time, I guess. I've never considered myself a very political guy. But about a month before all this happened, we found out from YouTube that there's new words that they want us to censor. New words that you have to bleep out or you don't make money anymore. New words, like the C word. Guess you can't say the C word anymore because you know who will get mad. Give you a hint, it's not men.
Oh, this is so edgy, bro. Like this guy, I'm telling you. If it wasn't for Kill Tony, dude, this guy would not be fucking shit. Like, he had to come up with Kill Tony. It was like, legitimately, he had no other choice but to come up with some sort of gimmick like Kill Tony. Because if he would have just been going off of just his stand-up alone, you would not hear about this guy. I mean, maybe he would have got lucky, you know, staying friends with Brian Redband. Dude, him and Redband, both the same, they would have been just as well known as each other. Because, again, if it wasn't for Redband being friends with Joe Rogan and having Kill Tony, nobody would even know who the fuck he is. It's the same shit. Both of them are the same guy. Tony's good in like conversation, bringing quips back and forth and shit, roasting, stuff like that, real on the fly stuff. Yeah, he's not bad with that. But you can't just go up every set and do crowd work unless you're Matt Rife. You know? So it's like, this guy's stand-up, it's just like Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? It doesn't hold up. We like the podcast, maybe. Okay. People like the podcast. The show, I mean, if it wasn't for the podcast, dude, people would not go. And the fact that he's like sitting down trying to do this whole like Dave Chappelle type thing, that's the whole sitting on the stool thing. You know what I mean? He's trying to do like a Chappelle, softening his voice and shit, trying to get all philosophical with what he's saying, but throwing in like a joke every now and then. That's like some Dave Chappelle type shit.
And it's not women with a sense of humor. It's cunts. Yeah. Cunts will get mad if you say the C word 100% of the time. They've been called it before. It brings back the memories. Fag! Can't say fag anymore. One of the greatest words in comedy history.
See what I'm talking about? This is Tony kind of like trying to lean in. I was saying that earlier, leaning into people calling him gay and stuff. This is a comedy genius right here. He just looks, it gets all silent. He goes, fags. Oh, fags. Oh, God. You can't say the word fag anymore. Everyone's dying. Everyone's dying, dude. Why? Because they're stuck at the mothership. They all might as well have guns to their fucking heads, right? And that, I don't know, that one really just fucking set me off. Now listen to this asshole talk about how he wants Trump and everyone to like him. This I thought was great because if you remember the one time we covered Tony, when he had this whole Puerto Rico joke debacle shit, Trump was going on other interviews. He's like, I don't know this guy, Tony. I don't want to know this guy, Tony. I'll never want to know this guy, Tony. He's like, denounce this motherfucker. Second that joke hit the fucking viral airwaves, Trump was like, never heard of him. You know what I mean? Now he's sitting there making jokes. How he's like, of course I want to be part of the cool club. Yeah. I want to go golfing with Trump. Yeah. Listen to this fucking homo.
Just weathering the storm. I end up getting a fucking flight that night. I had a flight that night, the last direct flight from New York to back to Austin. And I didn't even get to fucking meet Trump. Yeah.
Aw, everyone. Aw. I didn't get to meet Trump. Yeah, you said that shit on... Bro, Trump's people are not stupid, okay? As soon as that joke came out of your mouth, all his people started... They smashed a big red button. It was like, meow, meow, meow. Everyone was like, yo, hit the fucking bunkers. Get Trump out of here. He can't be seen anywhere near this guy. They're like, someone's going to pick this up. In the left-wing media, they're going to have a field day with this, okay? So the second he made that joke, they're like, dude, the second this guy's set is over, lock him up in one of those back rooms. We got to bring Trump out through this hallway. We do not want him anywhere near Trump. You know, the second that happened. So, yeah, of course, they saw the writing on the wall. The second you made the joke, they were like, this guy's fucking done.
Yeah. And I didn't get paid for this either. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I found out fucking Beyonce, 10 million. Cardi B, 5 million. Glorilla, 3.5. Eminem, 1.8. Oprah, $1 million. I'm like, I thought we were doing this out of the kindness of our heart. They don't believe in the person. They're telling the country to vote. What?
No, you're just fucking stupid. Look, this is what's funny about this. Is like, Joe Rogan actually talked about this too, right? He goes, I had her on my podcast. I didn't make any money. You know, Joe Rogan doesn't pay his guests, right? So, like, you go on a podcast 9 times out of 10, it's just like a networking thing. Nobody's paying each other to go on each other's podcasts or something, right? But to do a live event, that's a different story, right? So Yeah, they didn't pay you because they knew that you were like a dribbling cuck that wanted to be part of the club. You know what I mean? So they go, hey, Trump, I think we can save some shekels, you know. And Trump's like, yeah, we'll call this one earned media. You know what I mean? It's earned media. So they say, hey, Tony, you want to really help out the cause? You know, you want to do a couple. Tony's like chomping at the bit. He's like, absolutely. Anything I can do for Senior Trump, you know? Yeah. So they know, they go, okay, now we got a free comedian out of this. You're just an idiot. You did a live comedy set. You should have charged them for a live comedy set. You know what I mean? But you were scared that they were going to say no to you, right? You're about to prove this to us. This is how badly you wanted to be part of the club.
I bought my own fucking round trip flight.
Look at what was that face? Look, dude, this is like the greatest thing. I bought my own round trip flights. He goes, ha, like a fucking vampire. Look at this guy.
My own fucking round trip flight.
Look at what is he doing? What is he fucking doing? Is this like you doing like a Jerry Seinfeld? Is that what's happening here? Like, what the fuck is this? Dude, this is insane.
I bought my own fucking round trip flight. Yeah. What are we talking about here? I bought my own flights. I got my own hotel. I cut the C word joke. Because I want these people to like me. Yeah, I'm saying it. I want to be on the winning side. I want to fucking be there. I want to hang out. I want to eat Big Macs on a golf course with the big guy. What the fuck?
Look at this evil son of a bitch. Look at him. Oh, man. What a fucking loser, dude. I want to be part of the winning side. I want to eat Big Macs with Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it doesn't get any cringier than this shit right here. And you know what the craziest part about this is? If somebody came on Kill Tony, excuse me, Bert Kreischer. If somebody came on Kill Tony, right? And they did the set that Tony did. Like, if they go, hey, if Tony's like, hey, we're going to give this next comedian 30 minutes. And they go and they show up with this bullshit, right? Tony's going to fucking blast the shit out of them. Like, the whole panel, the judges, everyone's going to blast the fuck out of whatever comedian comes on stage with these jokes. Somebody on Kill Tony goes up there and goes, I bought my own flight. Tony's they're gonna fucking lose their minds making fun of these guys. One of them is gonna actually have a heart attack because they're gonna be roasting them so goddamn hard. Yet Tony goes up there, he thinks that he's like the fucking man with this shit because the mothership crowd is sucking his dick. I wonder how he does in like Toledo, Ohio or whatever. Like they cannot be receptive to this. You go somewhere where like all of this like big talk, like this like, oh, I did a Madison Square Garden show. I'm bragging the whole time, but this is my comedy. You go somewhere where like the median income is like fucking $40,000 a year. They're not gonna relate to this shit. Nobody's gonna laugh at this. They're gonna be like, who's this rich asshole talking about all this stupid shit? We don't even know what the fuck he's saying. Like, you know, nobody's gonna jive with this. You know, so it's very interesting to watch him drop something like this. I don't know. This all speaks for the fact that like nobody's picked up a comedy special from this guy in years. The last comedy special he had on Netflix called One Shot, right? They licensed it for one term. That's it. You know, Netflix does this now. They license that kind of stuff, right? The reason you can still watch other people's comedy specials on Netflix is because people come back to those specials, so Netflix renews the licenses, right? So Tom Segura, if you go on Netflix, right, you type in Tom Segura, you'll see like a whole catalog of specials, right? And you'll see some of them be like, oh, this one's 6 years old, this one's 8 years old, whatever. Yeah, Netflix keeps renewing the licensing with Tom Segura because Tom Segura's comedy is relevant to at least some people, right? Why won't they do that with someone like Tony? Because they know. They go, aside from Kill Tony, nobody gives a fuck about this guy. His comedy has never spoke for himself. Netflix execs and shit like that in Hollywood and Austin, Texas, they go to comedy shows. They like scout for these types of things. Guarantee you they've been to a bunch of sets where Tony was the headliner or whatever the situation may be. Why ain't they pick up a special from him in all these years? Why? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know what I mean? Maybe there are other people who are starting to see the whole thing for what it is, you know? Like this whole special he's making about this Puerto Rico joke and all the aftermath from it, right? He's supposed to have some big names on Kill Tony after that joke. Listen to him talk about how some of them were pulling out.
Elections 1 week and 1 day away. There's no fucking way. All day I'm the news. But it's okay because I have a show taping that night. And nothing makes you less cancelable than stopping working. I had a show. I was pumped. Couldn't wait. Another Monday taping at Kill Tony. The guest booked for that night, Johnny Knoxville. Yeah.
Big name, Johnny Knoxville. Let's have Johnny Knoxville on Kill Tony. That's good shit. That's good shit, you think, right?
Super fan of the show. Came out just for that. 40 minutes before the show, Johnny Knoxville's like, hey man, the block is hot. I don't think now's a good time to be part of Kill Tony.
Look at that. See? And that's how you know. That's how you know people don't actually fuck with this guy, right? Like, if Tony, this is what happens in Hollywood, you know, people blow up, right? They get big. Then all these people, all these famous people, they start going on other shows. They start like showing up on people's podcasts and stuff. They go, me and this guy are like best fucking friends, right? We're like best friends. Tony, like Johnny Knoxville, it wouldn't surprise me if you saw some podcast where Johnny Knoxville goes, I love Kill Tony. Me and Tony Hinchcliffe, we're actually really good friends. I met him one time in Austin. You know, now he like takes my kids to like bar mitzvahs and shit like that. Like we're like the greatest of friends. Tony says one Puerto Rican joke. He's like, I ain't showing up on your goddamn show. He goes, as a matter of fact, lose my goddamn number. You know what I mean? This is like typical shit in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, this is pretty much the status quo. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me that people like Johnny Knoxville are pulling out. So let's see how Tony tries to spin this one to be funny. All right?
Johnny fucking Knoxville. You know how bad you have to fuck up for Johnny Knoxville to be like, oh, I'm not doing that, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Hit me in the dick as hard as you can. I'm not doing a podcast with a guy that's he's a speaker. Did you hear his racist comments?
I cannot take... You know why Johnny Knoxville will get kicked in the nuts, but he won't do your show? Is because never in Johnny's whole career has being a racist fag ever been part of his branding. You know, like, so that's why. Johnny is smart. He knows. He goes, well, you know, my brand is all about this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm getting kicked in the nuts a lot. But this is all peace and love, baby. Like, I ain't never had a racist bone in my body. You know, I've never been a comedian. People laugh at what I do, but that's just because I'm an idiot. You know, so it's why is it so surprising for somebody like Johnny Knoxville? Especially because this motherfucker's like practically retired. So it's like, yeah, he's going to be like, yeah, I'm trying to like live my life in peace. I still want to make money off of my sponsorships and stuff like that. So, you know, I try to stay away from these type of edgy situations and shit, you know? Tony can't seem to grasp that concept too much, you know what I mean? So we're going to end it on this last little time code for Senior Hinchcliffe. This one is him basically doubling down and talking about how that Puerto Rico joke that he did, that wasn't even like the joke. He said that he planned on doing like a different joke, an even bigger joke, an even more offensive joke. And that was like the lighter one. So this more offensive joke is what he ends his special on. Let's hear what it is.
I didn't even do the joke that I thought was going to get me in trouble.
Ooh, sorry. I want to full screen this. Sorry. I was like clicking at it the whole time before hitting play, trying to like get it to full screen. And that's why I was sounding like an asshole before hitting the play button, if I'm just being honest with you. And then I saw the full screen button. Sorry, I'm stoned. Let's hit play on this closer joke and get ourselves out of here.
I didn't even do the joke that I thought was going to get me in trouble. I had options of things I could have done that deserved what my silly Puerto Rico joke got. But I chose not to do them, because even I have some limitations.
Look, see how somebody in the crowd had to like be like, let's do it. You know, he was expecting, like look at his face right here. This is a man that was expecting everyone to go, no, do it. Like, he thought the whole crowd was about to be like, like, no, do the joke. Ah. There's like one guy in the front of the row that's like wasted. He's like, bro, do it, bro. You're a pussy, bro. You won't. Like, you won't do it. He's sitting there basking in this as if the whole crowd is out there. Nobody gives a fuck, right? And then to sit there in the same goddamn comedy set and go, I was going to do the joke, but I don't want to do the joke because I have limitations. Meh. You know, like, you have limitations? What happened to, like, oh, YouTube wants to censor me? Meh. Like,
Well, since phones are locked up and there's clearly a bunch of Latinos that want to hear it, hey, fucking do it, dude.
look, this fucking idiot. Since phones are locked up, you're filming it for a special, dumbass. These guys don't even like pay attention to the own continuity of their jokes, like in their head. That's how fucking stupid some of these guys are. This asshole, this shark tooth asshole. Look at this. Each one of those teeth has got to be like 3 feet long. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do with that. This guy, seriously, we got to put this guy away. You know?
Phones are locked up and there's clearly a bunch of Latinos that want to hear it. Hey, fucking do it, dude. Let's hear it. Is that Rosie Perez back from the Tyson commentary? Let's hear it. Billy, you lost our fucking money, Billy. That was my Jeopardy money, Billy. Well, that's an Asian impression with a Latino voice, but nice try, lady.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Dude, we gotta get to something. There has to be one nugget of funny in this whole fucking special, please. I'm begging you, please. Just say one funny fucking thing, please.
Nice try. Look at these two Barstool fans coming back to their seats over here.
Just had to place a bet on DraftKings.
Come on in, you fucking... Look at that. Well, there's these hurricanes that have been happening in Florida, and it's just terrible, you know? So what I think we should do is I think we should take all the good tax-paying Americans when a hurricane is coming into their zone. You put them on flights, fly them somewhere safe, like Springfield, Ohio. Take the migrants from Springfield, Ohio, and fly them into the path of the hurricane. Yeah. From what I've heard, it's raining cats and dogs there, so that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a little something to wash it all down.
Hold up. Let's get this straight. So this is the joke, right? You take migrants, right, that are in Florida. When a hurricane's going to come, you take the migrants. I'm sorry. I fucked the joke up. Look, it's a good thing I'm not a comedian. So you take the well-paid, tax-paying people of Florida, right? You fly them somewhere safe, like Springfield, Ohio, when a hurricane's coming. You take the migrants in Springfield, Ohio, you put them in Florida, right? What does that have to do with Puerto Rico? Where the migrants? What's happening? I'm genuinely confused here. Where's Puerto Rico? There are no migrants in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. I mean, it's not an American state. It's a Commonwealth, but nobody's migrant. You don't need a green card if you're coming from Puerto Rico to. So is it just a different joke in general? Like, so you're saying that that's like just a more offensive joke, period, but it still had nothing to do with Puerto Ricans? But you kind of prefaced us to, like, be primed for, like, a Puerto Rico joke. You even said phones locked up. There's Latinos in the audience. They're all like, yo, man, do it, bro. Like, you can fucking do it, man. Like, you know, they're all wanting you to do the joke. But now you're doing a joke about migrants. It's like a whole different topic here. And I get that maybe it's like a whole splitting hair situation, but we got to stay relevant, my man. Like, this is not professional work here.
Cats and dogs there, so that's breakfast, lunch.
Hold up, let's catch this whole thing again. The migrants, right? The migrants.
Well, there's these hurricanes that have been happening in Florida, and it's just terrible. You know, so what I think we should do is I think we should take all the good tax-paying Americans. When a hurricane is coming into their zone, you put them on flights, fly them somewhere safe, like Springfield, Ohio.
Okay, so now we have Americans in Florida, but now they're in Springfield, okay?
Take the migrants from Springfield, Ohio, and fly them into the path of the hurricane.
Okay, so now you had people who were in Springfield, Ohio, so now Puerto Rico's still nothing to do with the joke. Springfield, they're going to be in the hurricane, now they can die, right?
Yeah. From what I've heard, it's raining cats and dogs there, so that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a little something to wash it all down.
Oh, I see what he's doing here. He's making another joke that has to do with Trump. It's like when Trump was like, they're eating the dogs. You know, you remember he goes, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets. Okay, now that still has nothing to do with Puerto Rico, man. See, this is what I'm saying. If you have to, like, sit there and fucking dissect your brain to understand the joke, we got a fucking problem.
I gotta get out of here. I love you guys so much. God bless Texas. And God bless the United States of America. Congratulations to us all. I love you all so much. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Tony. I still can't get over that special, man. It, like, actually blows my mind because this guy's comedy is just dog shit. Like I said, if it wasn't for Kill Tony, you would have no idea who the fuck this guy is. So I'm trying to find this one song that I wanted to end us out on, but I can't seem to find it right now for some reason. Did it not go over to the playlist? The song was called The Great Wild, and it didn't go over to the playlist. So I guess we'll just restart what we got playing here and get that volume going a little bit. Oh, Terry Poison. I actually love this song. So I want to thank you once again for joining me on yet another episode of Lost Docs Media. Be sure to catch us at youtube.com/@LostAUXmedia. That's youtube.com/@LostDocsMedia for all the video episodes that go up at 4 p.m. You can catch audio episodes at 5 a.m. on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you catch your favorite podcasts. That way, you can listen to the show on your way to work. When you get home from work, you can fucking watch them. That's just the way that we happen to do it here. So, as always, I'd like to thank you once again and bid you adieu on this great little episode of Lost Docs Media that once again wouldn't be possible without you. So give it up for yourselves and have yourselves a good night. Until next time, goodbye.